Hi everyone, and welcome to RollBound 2. I am your DM, Chas, and I'm going to go down the list and have everyone introduce themselves, starting with Groove.
Good tidings. I am Groove, and I am bound to the role of Jonathan Oneros Phage.
Alrighty, Allie.
Hello, I'm Allie, and I am bound to the role of Prince Xander.
Alright, Minnow.
Hello, I am Minnow, and I am bound to the role of Vivian Deshays.
Alright, Joey.
My name is Joey, and I'm bound to the role of Jay Elwood. Forgot his last name for a second.
Alright, Dakota.
Hello everyone, my name is Dakota, and I am bound to the role of Lysel.
And last but never least, Mickey.
Hi, I'm Mickey, and I am bound to the role of Emiko.
Hello everyone, this is your DM speaking. Before this episode starts, I would just like to say, I'm really sorry that there's been an audio thing where you can hear people at a lower volume talk before they actually start talking. That's an issue I'm trying to find the source of and fix. I think because I am technically recording a Discord call, my microphone does not have the filter that Discord does, and also there's like a slight delay where sometimes I'll seemingly start talking at the end of someone else's sentence very quickly. It's an audio issue I'm trying to fix, and I'm trying to figure out how to work around, so I'm sorry. I have added a noise suppressor onto this edited version of the episode, in hopes that will make it a little more bearable, and once again, I apologize. I'm going to be in the coming episodes trying to fix that. Thanks so much.
To be fair, Joey has positive things to say about pretty much everything in existence.
Also true! Oh my god. See? Allie knows me so well.
Alright, so we're in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, so where we last left
Is
off...
tabletop up?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I'm online this time. I wasn't online initially. Let me
That's
alone.
right, I wasn't either.
So where we last left off, you guys were in the actually front room where the first floor connects into the second floor, and you were fighting a bunch of bandits. Where we last left off, we were just at the top of initiative order, meaning Johnny, it is your turn, and I do have the stream up.
Johnny!
Johnny!
Johnny O'Phage
Yeah.
is going to walk out towards Ender and to the person with a green circle. Yeah, the person
That's
they're looking at.
Yeah. This guy?
Going to cast Heal Touch on them. So that means, in case you don't know, is I'm going to make an attack roll against them and see what I get. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, roll it.
I got a 24 to hit for 1 necrotic damage, and they cannot heal until start of my next turn or something.
Or something. Alright.
End of my next turn, yeah. Johnny uses the rest of his movement. It's 40 feet total to back up into the hallway. Ends his turn.
Okay. I believe it was... Yeah, okay. After your turn, it is this archer's turn. He is going to use half of his movement to get up, because he has been knocked prone. And, he's going to take a shot at... Let me look at this. Yeah, he's going to take a shot at Jay.
Understandable. I have a very punchable face that he can't see.
Ooh, that might not hit, actually. Yeah, no, that's a 17 to hit.
No.
Yeah, he is still very disoriented from taking that fall, and so he wobbles up and he's holding onto his bow and he's like, oh shit, okay, fuck, who, big guy, and he just fucking whiffs.
I'm also pretty sure I Shield of Faith to myself too, so that's like super not gonna do anything.
You did. Shield of Faith is still up. Xander, it is your turn.
Okay. Checking my notes here, I don't seem to have any concentration spells active. Unless, I think I was still concentrating on Pass Without Trace.
I was concentrating on Pass Without Trace. You're fine.
Oh, cool. That being said, I think we probably just stick with old Reliable, right? Let's see here. Hey Dakota.
Yes.
What's 15 times 5?
That's maybe 75.
75? Awesome. I'm gonna shoot this archer over here.
Roll it.
I got a 2.
No! That will not hit, my friend.
The final is not a 2. It's actually like it's fucking 8, but that's still not gonna hit.
No, it is not.
So that's gonna be my turn.
All right, moving on. Nice Salad is your turn.
Alright, we still got 2 people in front of me. What's the nature of Bandit 2? Like, what's his weaponry looking like?
Let me look. I believe he has a rapier.
Rapier?
Yes,
Okay.
he has a rapier, and also he is. Oh, that's the wrong dude.
What about just regular Bandit? Am I within reach of him in terms of him being able to attack me if I were to move away from him?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna... Can I step, like, here? I can't tell what's on the floor there.
Yeah, you can. There's
Okay, so
there's like a sofa right here, and then this is just like a book, and then this is a rug. So this is like, it's on your way, and then this is a sofa.
My cell is
Okay.
cap surfing.
Yes.
Also,
so
this
we're gonna go
guy
ahead and attack
is
this guy.
yeah, and this guy is very hurt, by the way.
We're gonna poke him once. Is a 13 hit?
Let me look. No, that misses by 2.
Okay, bonus act. Actually, so I know that we'll miss by 2 now, but we're gonna bonus action attack. Does a 17 hit?
Absolutely. That hits by
See,
2.
That's a lot better. Funny how that worked out.
You miss by 2, you hit by 2.
It's gonna be 5. It's gonna be 9 points of damage.
Yeah, he had 1 hit point left.
Poke.
Yeah,
And
he
then,
like falls on the sofa dramatically.
Lysol's going to do a quick hit, hop and a skip over to this individual right here to engage with him. We're actually going to go ahead and move her right here, trading around him a little bit. So that's my action, movement action, and bonus action, so that is all we doing.
Alright, Vivian, it is your turn.
Vivian attacks twice, misses twice.
Oh yeah, we've been talking about this for 2 weeks.
No.
Get out of the way, so that's good. You're good.
That has been sitting in my character sheet for 2 weeks.
Dude.
It feels like throwing up when you're hungover. Like it was a bad experience, but I'm so glad it's over and out of the way now. We can move on. That is my turn.
Jay, it's your turn.
Alright. Right. This guy directly in front of me, how bad is he looking?
He hasn't been hit too terribly much. So he's
Then
still... He just got chill touched, so...
Okay. Then I'm going to hit him. That's gonna be a 24 to hit for 8 points of slashing. Just kidding, it's March 32nd. I'm pumping a spell slot into that to smite him. And he's taking another 10 points, so he takes 18 points of damage.
Ow. Yeah, that hurts.
Because I just want to get this guy fucking done-did. That's the end of my turn, though. I don't have other shit I can do.
Alright, it is the... this one's turn.
Oh, he's going up for Jay now.
Raggy.
Ooh. I don't think so, actually. You know, I foreshadowed this. Yeah, no, that's only an 18 to hit. So that'll be the end of that man's turn. It is this bandit's turn. He's gonna kerfuffle with Lysel. And, you know what? We're not using the Unfettered Epic die. We're gonna use Minnow's Gift die.
Roll a fucking 1.
If I roll a 1, I'll actually scream. No fucking way! No, dude! I actually rolled a natural 1! I'm not fucking kidding!
I would. Hey, I'd scream too, bro.
Bro!
My buddy and it's fucking me over. Like, he got to answer for something.
It's the
You
fact.
just rolled a nail into the die.
Yeah.
You like
Dakota,
loaded
you're
it
welcome.
before you sent it.
It's the
Thank you.
it's the fact
I
that
did
Minnow went roll a 1 and I fucking did. That's
I did
I think-
specifically curse those and Allie's dice because you both said you were going to use them for DMing.
I think as this guy like goes in for attack, Lysel just kind of sidesteps and smacks him in the keister as he goes sorry past.
yeah. Anyway, fucking famous last words. That'll be the end of his turn. Where did my initiative go? There we go. It is this archer's turn. Gonna take a shot at Emiko. Oh no.
Okay.
Emiko's sitting there vibrating like, do it, bitch, do it.
Vibrating. Intense.
That is a 25 to hit.
Okay.
Jesus.
And, using one of his fancy arrows. Alright. So that is... Damn. That is max on that. That is 11 points of piercing damage and 2 points of fire damage.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I just take the fire damage.
Sick. You take a measly 2 points of fire damage. You just grab his arrow and like snap it in half with your fist, like, fuck you. Speaking
What a
of
fucking bozo.
which, Emiko, it is your turn.
Okay, oh, Saber, do you think you're gonna be fine?
That depends. I think I'll probably be fine, but there's also the small, slight chance that all of the enemies in here with range capabilities suddenly get red glowing eyes and all roll natural 20s on me, which would be bad.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to Xander and use my turn to healing hands.
Did you make it to Xander?
Yeah, I counted 45 feet.
Okay.
And
Looks good.
then, you're gonna heal for 8.
Alright, I am at 26.
Okay, and
Thank you.
then you're welcome. And then I'm gonna. Shh.
You could like book it along this edge to get to that dude all the way up there.
I only have 5 feet of movement.
Oh, that's fair.
Unless I use my bonus action to dash, and I don't want to do that. And then I'm just gonna jump down to these crates.
Casual reminder, using slow fall takes your reaction.
How far down are the crates?
10 feet.
Okay.
Because normally it's a 15-foot drop, but those crates are like, the pile of crates right there is like up to 5 feet tall, so.
Would I take any damage anyways, or?
You take
like,
1d6.
one? Yeah, I'll take it.
Alright. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Oh, my ankles.
Oh, ow! Oh. My ankle popped! Fuck! Ow! Alright, I'm good.
I would fucking kill somebody if my ankle while I was falling, bro. I'm not even kidding.
Fucking pins and needles up the legs. Ah, shit. Fuck.
Ow, 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 ooh, ow. Anything else for your turn,
Man.
Emiko?
You know what
No,
could have
that's
prevented that? Shoes.
True.
No.
True.
I would have still taken the fall damage.
Get them fucking grippers out of my sight.
Nah.
Don't look.
Alright, it is the other brute's turn. Jay's having a party over here.
Damn, it's
I
like
like
a
how
function
these guys
over
are
here.
like a foot taller than Jay.
Alright.
They're only a foot taller because they're floating. Wait, so am I. Never mind, they're not cheating. I am.
Alright, gonna make an attack against Jay. Ooh, that might. That might? That is a 22 to hit.
Yeah, exactly on the nose hits.
Okay.
I got fucking dingleberried, bro. This is bullshit.
What the fuck? So that will be 11 points of slashing damage to you, Jay.
11?
11.
Fuck.
Ouchie bibbles.
I'm gonna die.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die!
I haven't had to say that in a while.
Alright.
Knights of Retka hate him. See how this bandit broke through a knight's armor with one easy trick.
And basically, you're a fucking moron. Click here to find out more.
It is this last mage's turn.
Don't.
Gonna send some fire at... Stop.
Don't.
That's Andrew. There, I said it, I got it out.
Fuck!
No fucking way. That's a natural one.
Oh yeah, but when it's me, I see how it is. Okay, dude. Okay, dude.
This mage, like, looks at Xander, starts conjuring fire, and he's like, hey! Don't!
Look at me. No. Look at me. Look at me. No.
Just breaks concentration before the spell's even finished casting.
Yeah, by the way, that is the... Alright. Oh my god. We are back at the top of the round. Johnny, it is your turn.
Man. You're in a pretty bad position, huh, Jay?
Boy, I'll say.
How are the people around him looking? Do they look wounded? Unwounded?
Yeah, this one, he looks like he's been hurt, but he's not, like, dying. This guy is very badly hurt.
Okay. Very badly hurt guy is going to be receiving a magic missile or 3.
Yeah, there's
Ooh.
nothing he can do about that.
I'm waiting for my D4 to roll. Okay, so yeah, 6 magical force damage going at the more wounded one.
Yeah, that is enough to kill him.
Yeah, so as Johnny coughs up a bat, it is going to fly over to Emiko, and it turns into a band of glowing daggers, which she throws, and they home onto the poor soul, landing squarely in his back, slaying him.
Yeah, he, like, fucking, gets knocked back and, like, falls over this chair and, like, lands on the ground, lifeless on the other side. Anything else for your turn,
Okay.
Johnny?
Johnny consumes the man's dream and ends his turn.
Alright, it is the, this scout's turn. He's gonna move a little bit. And, right there, and he's going to take a shot at Emiko. God, I can't read that even with the light on it, so lightly colored. No, I don't think a 12 hits.
12
doesn't even hit me. There's no way in hell.
Yeah, he, again, he's still very, like, discombobulated from falling. He's, like, stepping over furniture. He landed on a book. He's, like, rubbing his side, like, ow, fuck, okay. Alright, I'm in it now, No, he's not. That'll be the end of his turn. Xander, it is your turn.
What's my distance here? 35? And the range of this, I believe, is 30 feet. Would you permit me to be here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Xander is going to call out to the bandit that just fucking whacked Jay and be like, "Hey, ugly! Keep your eyes on him, he's going to perform a magic trick." And then Xander's going to concentrate as a clay Pythagoras cup rises from the floorboards under Jay, and Jay, like, sinks into it as I cast Minor Illusion. So this bandit is going to have disadvantage on attacks against Jay, unless he succeeds on an investigation check versus my spell save DC, and Jay will have advantage on him.
Alright, anything else for your turn?
I'm going to step back, and bonus action Magic Stone.
Alright. Lysel, it is now your turn.
Alright, so Lysel is going to do a cheeky little step this way, closer to the mage, as they take their first flourish out and just cut this mage clean across the jugular with a natural 20.
Woo!
We'll pump a soul point into that, make her really hurt. It's going to be 26 points of damage.
Oh.
And I get a soul point back. Is he still stable?
Yeah, barely.
Bonus action attack against it as well.
Yup.
Ah, yes, the duality of dice with a natural 1.
Fuck.
There's something in the fucking air, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that will not hit. Obviously.
And
Yeah,
then
so for,
actually
Oh,
step right there. Good.
I was just gonna say, yeah, for our April Fool's episode audience, we decided that instead of rolling d20s, we're gonna flip coins.
Yeah, we're gonna stand right here, use the bonus action movement and action, so we're just chilling here, waiting for someone to make their next move.
Alright, Vivian, it is your turn.
Okay, so Vivian looks over, sees that Gelwood is in a bit of a pickle, and she holds out her hand, is going to cast Wither and Bloom again. I'm pretty sure now that the other bandit is dead, I can only get this guy. Yeah, it's 10-foot radius. So have the bandit please make a Constitution saving throw, and Jay, you may roll one of your hit dice and add 4 to that and regain that much in hit points.
Okay. Does that use the hit die, or...?
It does, yeah.
Alright, just making sure. So...
Despite being really good at these, he rolled a natural 3, so we got a 7.
Delightful. He takes 11 points of necrotic damage.
Alright. This bandit is on the ropes.
So Bandit and Bandit 3 are both on the ropes.
Yeah, this guy's looking really hurt. This guy, let me look. This guy's halfway having a bad time.
Okay, in that case, we're going to go for the really hurt one. And the owlbear beside me will bristle its feathers on its face, and they will go shooting out. I know isn't how owlbears actually attack, but whatever. And that is going to be a lot to hit. That is a 23 to hit.
That
for a
absolutely
total
hits.
of 12 points of damage.
And that is enough to kill that guy.
Sweet.
Bam.
I'm just saying, Joey, you should probably give me green since I just saved your life. Damn.
I mean, if it
Yeah,
makes
that'll
you
be my
feel better,
turn.
Minnow, the teal color looks closer to your favorite color of green than the green does.
The teal color actually is much closer to my favorite color of green. You are correct, but it's the principle of it all. And that'll be my turn.
All
Let's
right.
see, this color of green is my favorite color of green.
All right.
Man, that sucks. I'm sorry for you. So I'm gonna get it next time.
All right. Jay, it is your turn.
This fucking guy. See this fucking guy. See what I gotta do with this shit. We're gonna. Yeah, I got the movement for that. That's a tasty little archer. 5, 10. Jumping over the table. 15, 20, 25.
Yeah,
Barreling towards this man, eyes aglow.
Yeah, Jay, you like step on the table and there's like the chandeliers glistening off your armor and there's gold pieces clinking as you step over and then land on the other side.
I don't believe we've met before. Here, my name is Jay. And I'm gonna stab him with my sword as if I'm going to hold out, like, my hand to shake it. And I'm gonna hit him for a 21, 10 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, ow. Well, this is the first time this guy's been hit, so ouch. Alright. Anything else for your turn? Nah. Alright, it is this bandit's turn again. Gonna kerfuffle with Lysel. I just accidentally threw him.
Good.
Is Lysel supposed to be here then?
I believe so.
Where?
Maybe?
No, I moved. I'm meant to be in between the mage and this guy, so they're both within my melee.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
You're on a chair.
Well, no, I was on the other side of the chair, and you guys both moved me over.
Oh, you got pushed onto a corner piece. Right here.
It's the,
The four
Yes.
corners of Lysel.
Hmm.
Alright. Going to make an attack. I can't read that. There we go. Let me use a die with darker lettering. Numbering. I don't fucking know. That is a 22 to hit you, Lysel.
yeah, the 22 will hit.
Where's my dice?
How's Lysel looking right now?
Moderately injured. Not
Just
quite
moderately?
bloody.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're fine.
That is 7 points of piercing damage.
And for his troubles, I'll pick this. Oh my god. So we're gonna use Soul Siphon and get another natural 20.
There are other die on the. There's other numbers on the die, Dakota.
There
The
are
other
I
die
know,
on the
but
die.
Other dies.
We're gonna apply damage back to him.
Oh my god.
24, 28, 31, 35. That's gonna be 35 points of damage.
Yeah, that hurts. He is dead. Yeah, he I'm just doing this to be cool. He like falls on the ground, and these like chains that he had on his waist like slide across the room. Actually, cling, clang, 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 clang. All right. And that's the end of his turn because he's no longer living.
Unlived.
I'd love to see it.
It is this archer's turn who has Jay in his face.
Bitch.
He's going to take the disadvantage for trying to slap someone who's close to him. And use a magic-y arrow. I just knocked my cologne on the floor. Even with disadvantage, that is a 20 not nat to hit, so that will not hit, because your AC is 22
Yeah.
right now, right?
AC is 22 right now. I'll double check. Yeah, I passed the con save. We're good. So yeah, 22.
Sweet. That'll be the end of his turn. Emiko, it is your turn.
So, those little things on the ground, is that the chain weapon things?
Yeah, that were on this guy's waist that you saw when you walked up to him the first time, yeah. I just
Okay,
wanted to flex that I have these weapon minis now, which is why I made it, like, slide off his body and slide across the ground. It was just, I wanted to be cool.
50. I'm gonna use a key point to dash and for a bonus section, and I'm gonna go around, and I'm gonna like round around, grabbing the weapons before chucking them at this guy. So it's an improvised weapon attack right now. So does a 20 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay, it's gonna be 5 points of damage.
Ow.
Wonk.
Yeah, you just walk up and smack this guy in the fucking mouth. Alright, damage is noted. Anything else for your turn, Emiko?
No, that'll be my turn.
The archer's over here like, will you quit throwing shit?
Alright. It is this bandit mage's turn. Very badly hurt.
Good luck, dickhead. I'm behind 7 Reapers.
Going to use a bonus action to... Ah, fuck. Misty Step.
You're a coward and your bloodline is weak.
Also,
Little does he know that I didn't have a reaction.
I mean...
I think it was more so to not suffer disadvantage from ranged attacks.
that as well. And then, cantrip time.
Don't.
He's too far for you, I think.
Yeah.
Probably gonna try to hit myself.
I fucking doubt it. It's a range of 120 feet.
Yeah, this is... But this
Yeah,
is...
only about 100 feet away from me.
However... This is a chill touch coming for Lysel.
Rude.
I hate that chill touch isn't a touchstone.
That is a 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
Okay. Where the fuck did my D8 go?
Whams.
Where's? Wumpst.
Once.
You take 4 points of necrotic damage, and you cannot regain hit points until the start of the mage's next turn.
Ouch.
That is true, unless the mage doesn't get a turn. Yeah, you see.
Then Lysel can never get hit points again.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Sounds
that's how
like
it works.
something Jeremy Crawford would say.
Shout out to Jeremy Crawdad.
Yeah.
Alright. And top of the round, once again, it is Johnny's turn.
Mr. O'Phage.
Mr. O.
Yeah, walk up.
Mr.
The most injured looking one is going to take a chill touch.
That'll be this archer. Well, can you reach this mage actually?
Range 120. Am I?
Yes, yes you can.
Okay. Yeah. So that's going to be a natural 20,
Yeah, she's dead.
and I'm going to deal
But tell me
Yeah.
the damage. But tell me the damage.
8 necrotic damage.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Dead.
Etu Brute.
Yeah, so she is, Johnny claps, and she is walking down a cold, dark, lonely urban street, and as she slips near a metal gate, her eyes fall straight onto the spikes of the fence, and she struggles with it, but the ice under her feet does not allow her any rest. She feels there's this comforting touch on her shoulder, And Johnny says, please, let me help you. First, I only need to see your dream. And of course, she pulls it out of her pocket and hands it to Johnny, and he devours it, sucking her fingers in the process, dead.
Oh, no.
Next turn.
No, wait a minute.
Holy
That's
shit.
the worst one yet.
That one's insane. I still think waking up from a bad dream to counterspell is the funniest, though.
Or shield, but yeah.
Or shield, yeah.
All right. Anything else for your turn, Johnny?
Savory. End of turn.
This archer right here is going to take a shot at Johnny, taking the disadvantage because Gelwood is looming over him intimidatingly. I roll better at disadvantage than when I roll straight rolls. This is bullshit. That is a 21 to hit you, Johnny.
Nah.
Hits.
Got it.
Marking off one of their special boys. That sounded weird. I meant arrows. That, just forget it. Just cut that.
Wait, why is it at disadvantage?
They're
Cause
engaged.
yeah, Jay is threatening him.
I know it's a strange concept to you who always takes close quarter shooter.
Mickey's like, this guy doesn't have that. What is he, an idiot?
Yeah, right.
You do take Sentinel.
That is 9 points of piercing damage and 4 points of cold damage as this arrow infused with cold energy, gets you right in the shoulder.
Ow, my wizard.
Got hit with a special bully.
And that's gonna be all for that bandit's turn, which means Xander, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm shooting this archer over here by Emiko, hit with a 20 for 16 points of damage.
Damage is noted. He is very badly injured.
He's still fucking alive?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck this guy.
After this guy fell prone, y'all ignored him for a little bit because he was just on the ground like, ow!
Alright, fine, I'm gonna knock him 5 feet this way. God damn it.
Alright, anything else for your turn, Xander?
Yeah, bonus action, I curse his mother. That's the end of my turn.
Valid. Alright, Lysel, it is your turn.
Who's hardier beside the archer? Between the archer by Emiko and the archer by Jay, who's hardier?
Who's doing better? The archer by Jay.
Okay, so we're going to do a little saunter over to the archer by Jay, to about here, just the very minimum it would take to hit them. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Alrighty. 18. Soul into it. It's going to be 24 points of damage for my attack.
Let me find him. Yeah, that'll be enough to end this man. He, gets knocked back into this beam and, slumps on the ground.
And then Lysel will pivot around and then rush up to this one with their bonus action and make an attack against him. I will expend another soul point to increase my accuracy with this. So it'll be 17 hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright, and this is going to do 22 points of damage.
Yeah, he had 6. Chewing on my Cheez-It before I talk. Alright. Yeah. The last bandit falls, and we are out of initiative.
Hell yeah.
Johnny, are you okay? I saw that you got hit pretty hard with that special bully.
My hunger for justice is quite strong, mistress. Thank you.
That's good. My hunger is strong. Who needs berries? I think we have like 5 left.
I'm gonna need more than a few berries. I feel pretty hurt.
Well,
Wait, maybe
Go ahead.
Chuck, what were you just saying?
you say your thing first.
I was just gonna say we might want to take a short rest, like, because everything is.
Yeah. I was also going to say that there might be some things in this room to aid in your injuries.
Yeah, but we're not going to waste those here.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
So, we know that there are 5 remaining, if the count from the bandits that we asked 16,000 questions of was correct. Possible that right now they are with Mae. Possible that they could walk by at any second and see carnage if they walk into this room. So it sounds like we kind of need a short rest because everybody got pretty biffed up. Is there anybody who has not taken damage? The answer is yes.
I had false life, and the only real damage I took was to aid, so I've taken effectively nothing.
Got it. I have also taken nothing, but it sounds like everyone else is pretty rough.
Yeah.
Xander's doing pretty okay. I'm at 26 out of 40, so I am over half.
I got about 10 health left and 5 of that's remaining.
Got it. So
I can cast Goodberry again because I have a spell slot left. If we need just a real quick heal up.
So the only reason that I'm hesitant to take a short rest is that it's a full hour, and this is an hour that we have killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
And we have a couple people that are out and about that are still wild cards. I don't doubt that we could take them. The only issue is that Mae is also still unaccounted for.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that this pink door in here leads to the basement chest.
Yes.
So we know that she is in the basement because they had her locked up down there. There is a chance that we will run into some of the guards that are there. Also entirely possible that they are out on the walls patrolling. My thought process is we're probably not going to run into all 5 of them down there. And if we can get down there and keep her safe, I feel like I would feel better about taking a short rest. But I have also taken no damage, so I'm speaking from a place of privilege here. So
if we want to just go in for a quick extraction, I can save my spell slot for Sanctuary if they try to, like, kill her on the way out the door, you know? Otherwise, I can cast Goodberry or...
who has that Wand of Cure Wounds that we got from the Kobold?
Xander.
Okay. Can everyone just put in chat what your HP currently is? And what's your maximum as well? I feel like that's the easiest way.
While you all are doing that, I am, because I know you're going to be looking for it, I'm going to put the loot in chat.
I'm starting to doubt my max HP is correct.
Damn!
Damn. You got that con.
Yeah, my con is my second highest stat, so fair enough, I guess. But
There you go. All right. So, Jay, you have 20 points of lay on hands left.
Yeah, I haven't used any of them.
Do you want to use 15 of those on yourself? And then, or 10 on yourself, and then 5 to Lysel, and then I will also give the 5 remaining good berries to Lysel.
I can. If you're asking me to take care of myself, yes, I can do that.
Great. Yeah.
I'll just pump all 20 points onto myself, and then you can just use your resources on other people.
Got it. Do you want to leave yourself 5 as a backup? Just an emergency SOS, save this person?
Yeah, we can do that. I'm fine being at 33. That's almost my actual cap, so.
Okay, I'm going to give my 5 berries to Lysel, so you're back up to 15. And then I'm pretty sure, Xander, you had the wand that the kobolds gave you, and it was just like a single cure wounds, 1d8.
Yeah, 1d8 plus spellcasting mode.
Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's use that on Lysel as well.
Absolutely. I will roll for that. Uses my modifier, right, Jess?
Yes.
Okay. Lysel, that's going to be 11 points of healing.
Ooh.
Nice. So Lysel is at 26 of 37. Gelwood is at 33 of 41. Hamiko, Lysel, how you doing on souls and key points?
I have 1 key point left.
I've gone through most of my souls, but I've still got a few in reserve.
Okay.
My folks also getting back with Soul Siphon.
Or
I've
critting.
used up my most of my once per day stuff and my wild shapes, but I think I wild shaped at the start of this combat, I want to say. So I still have that for a bit. We still have Pass Without Trace up to because I haven't taken any damage.
Sick.
So seems like we're in pretty good shape. Let's check out loot, and then if everyone's cool with it, we can find the damsel and then decide if we want a short rest from there.
Yeah.
I'm almost done writing it out. It was a lot. This is a very big room.
When that mage started running for the door, I thought, like, okay, we're about to have a hostage situation. I thought she was going to get the girl. Turns out, she just really fucking hated Xander.
Hamiko, I don't believe I've ever seen you run quite that fast.
I run that fast all the time.
Well, you were over there, points to one side of the room, and then you were over there, points to the other side of the room, and now you're here again. It's really impressive.
And you did such a good job catching that special boy.
Okay, fuck. I got it all out. So I'm gonna read it out loud just so everyone knows how cool this is. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, never mind.
What's
Holy shit.
There we go. I'm stupid. I wrote it backwards. 10 gold pieces that are all scattered on that table. They were using it to bet with cards. And 100 GP value pearl. A magical, quote-unquote, hourglass. The sand is glowing. That's how you can tell. 3 daggers that are just laying around. 1 vial of basic poison. A forgery kit. 2 potions of healing. A bottle of booze, but it looks very strange. The liquid inside moves in a way that is unnatural. A cloak that has golden embroidery. Also looks a little strange. An amulet with an ornate clock medallion. A strange pen, quote-unquote. The tip of it is very, very sharp. Is warm with magical energy. A climber's kit. 4 tiger eye gems that have a total value of 40 GP. 1 bottle of shifting brew, 4 sets of playing cards, and a blue ring. For the bandits' equipment, since you guys have asked for that, 2 longbows, 2 great axes, 2 daggers, 1 chain scythe, which has already been claimed by Emiko, a red gem, 5 sets of leather armor, 2 rapiers, 2 daggers, 2 cold arrows, and 1 fire arrow. Boom. We got it.
Nice. Can you,
$30. Do I hear $30?
What was your question, Mickey?
Did you send me the stats of the weapon?
I don't believe I did. I will now.
Appreciate. I won't be able to use it until I can attune to it, basically. But it's good to know.
Where? Oh, you're the second person I messaged on Discord. Don't know why I couldn't find you. Okay, there we go. I just have to send one more note to Mickey, and we can move on.
What's the red gem do? Is it just another spell focus?
It can be, but it does appear to have, like, another effect, because when you touch it, it feels, you know, unnaturally warm to the touch.
Okay.
Are you all taking a short rest?
No, we're gonna go into the basement and see if we can find Mae.
Alright. I just have to grab a few things then. And set some stuff up. So, roleplay amongst yourselves while I do that, just so it's not awkwardly quiet.
What do you suppose we're gonna find down there?
I was so hoping no one would say anything. Just
Yeah.
spite. Vivian looks up and says, hopefully her. And I assume a lot of very angry, malnourished animals.
Probably.
Well, we can take care of the malnourished carnivorous ones with the gestures to all the corpses.
Damn!
They're bandits. They don't deserve a good burial.
I mean,
They've probably done the same to other people. So take better care of their animals.
Mistress Deshays, do you agree with this assessment of the situation?
What, that we should feed the bandits to the animals?
If it comes to that, yeah.
I'm not particularly precious about what happens to things that no longer need their bodies. However, I know that our compatriot here has a desire to see bodies not be defiled. At the same time, to a dinosaur meat is meat, and may as well go to something.
Kind of what I was thinking too.
Sir Elwyn, how do you feel about this?
About feeding their bodies to the animals?
If necessary?
Yeah, the animals need to eat.
Okay.
Surely we've all seen more horrific things now.
Within the last week.
Okay, I thought I brought that into Tabletop Simulator. That might have been the save I lost. Also, almost ready.
I will say it brings no satisfaction, mind you, but...
Sure. Understandable. Mr. Phage, how are you feeling?
Fine. Hungry, certainly. And you, Mistress Deshays?
I'll be happy when we're out of here.
Certainly.
This place does smell awful.
Yeah, it smells like booze, sweat, and nickels, even though y'all don't know what nickels are, because nickels don't exist.
It smells like booze, sweat, and tarnished copper.
Oh, I see. So, kind of no different than a joust match, I understand.
A joust match?
Yes, you've never been to a joust match before?
Nay, the concept is quite foreign.
Basically, you get two men, you mount them each on a mount of your choosing, I suppose, with or without the dinosaurs in this place. You give each of them a lance or a spear or another similar pointed object, and they run at each other as fast as they can on those mounts, shields brazen in front of them, and one man is going to slam into the other with his weapon, hopefully knocking him off of his horse. In instances where you're trying to not have a possibly lethal accident, you can also put targets up in lieu of attacking the other mounted rider, and then you would go based off of where the lance poked the target. However, I think that it is far less glorious to not face the danger head on, regardless of what danger may come, you see.
I see. Intriguing.
They
do
full,
this.
absolutely full of men in armor who are all very sweaty.
Oh.
Smells absolutely no different from the place that we find ourselves in right now once you head inside of one of those dressing rooms. Believe you me.
They do this to kill each other?
More to assert dominance and prove that one is a better mounted rider than the other. Since I neither prefer nor avoid using a mount, I typically tend to avoid such confrontations and competitions as well, seeing as how if I were to die in some sort of awful, horrific jousting accident, I wouldn't be able to fulfill my mission, you see.
Quite true.
What? Yes? Yes?
Do you think that a weapon such as my own would serve as a joust of some sorts?
Would it serve in a joust? I suppose it could, what with that nasty point on the end. I couldn't see any reason why they would disallow it, although normally you would want something that has a much larger base to hold on to. Gives you better leverage when your handle is much shorter and the striking edge as much longer.
I see. Maybe I can get some sort of a handle for this thing.
Perhaps, or you could just, if you decide you want to have a joust, get a lance. I'm sure that they would let you rent one as well.
I don't know that using a different weapon would feel quite right.
Oh, I completely understand. If I was separated from this sword, I don't know what I would do. Never mind that I tend to use a bigger sword on occasion, but a shield, in the other hand, often makes me feel much more comfortable.
As we're walking, I imagine this is happening as we're taking apart the room and getting all the loot and things. Vivian is trying very hard to listen in to Sir Elwood because she wants to know more. But at the same time, there's just this utter disappointment because she's only ever read about jousting matches and thought they were very, like, elegant and chivalrous. And turns out it's just a bunch of sweaty bros. She keeps it to herself.
Although I will admit, I have seen my fair share of local heroes at these tournaments before.
Heroes?
I don't know that none of them would. I don't know that you would know any of them by name, but have you heard of?
Certainly not.
Oh, never mind.
No, try us. Have we heard of who?
What about Sir Greyhawk the Greedy?
Sounds more like a villain, doesn't he? Greedy?
You would think that, but it turns out that his greed actually comes from wanting to rob the rich and help the poor. And usually the rich that he robs from are, less than savory, we'll say.
Are the rich evil?
No, not always, just these particular ones.
I mean, stealing from aristocrats can hardly be considered a true crime.
See, he gets it.
All right.
If we start teaching Johnny about capitalism, there's going to be a really quick road to a TPK. He's going to be like, all right, let's go kill the king then. Wait.
So, as you guys finally round up the last of the noteworthy route, there's also some, like, random bits of food and stuff like that, cheese wedges.
I take the sandwich.
Yeah, there was a sandwich. It has a bite taken out of it, but, like, who cares?
Don't get in the bag.
Yeah, I dunk it in the bag and then I'm munching on it as we're heading to the basement.
Throw it on the grill.
Yeah, so are you guys going to be stealthing again?
Yes, and passive out trace is still up.
Sick. So...
Ooh,
assuming it hasn't been an hour yet. How long did it take us to get all the stuff in there?
About 20 minutes.
Shit. Okay, so my stars are down. Okay.
There was a lot of shit, and also, healing yourselves, getting yourself grounded.
That takes no time. She's ready. Okay, so what do we see?
As you head into the basement, for one, it was locked, but there was a key on the table. These bandits seem to have been guarding the entrance, but were all scattered about and not paying attention and playing cards, so... unaware of the things going on upstairs, but you grab the keys and unlock the door. And, as you start to make your way down, it's obvious that there's been a lot of repairs to this area. There is a bunch of, wooden, fixes, quote-unquote, that don't really blend in. This area, is really badly reinforced. And it smells terrible. It smells like manure and rotted meat. And even, like, the stench of, like, wilted flowers and vegetation. All around, it is a horrible mixture of smells that blend with the ones you smelled upstairs of sweat and alcohol. And as you make your way down, it is dim lit. There's a torch ever so often. It looks like one was recently removed from a sconce on the wall that someone probably used to guide themselves further down. And at a certain point, all of you hear this as there is nothing to drown out the sound, so even those of you without the best perception can hear this. You hear someone, like, shouting up ahead. Sounds like a young woman. You just hear, "Shut up! No, I will not! Let me go!" And you hear someone go, "Ow! Little bitch bit me! Yeah, and I'll do it again! Fuck you!" Just the sounds of an argument, and then you hear the sounds of, like, some people chuckling.
How many people?
Let me, double check one more thing. This guy's not supposed to be here. It would appear like the rest of the people you expected are down here. And then you also hear the rattling of annoyed animals in their cages.
Some bandits are sloppy. They got no one on watch. No wonder they all got murked. Alright. Yeah. Let's just kick down the door and do it. It's 5 guys? We can take 5 guys?
In a fight, right?
Do you have pass without trace on?
We do have pass without trace?
Yeah, let's just surprise them and kill them.
Okay. So there's 2 entrances in here?
Just the one.
Okay. What's this, what's one of these stairs over here?
Okay, so basically, as you get closer, because there's no, like, physical door right here, basically this is another, like, multi-tiered room where there's these, like, wooden catwalks, except I didn't make them. I put them at the edges of the screen because I'm a dork.
So if we're in the blue, we can see down into the main?
Yeah, because this blue attaches to these catwalks right here. And then all of these cages, and this is meant to represent like a very jagged, not well-made wooden wall that kind of partitions into a lower area. And there are cages kind of built into this wooden structure where all of the animals are.
Got it. So let's lather, rinse, repeat, and take them all out.
Okay.
Any mages in this room?
Yes, there's one.
So these 2 people are on top of the catwalk then?
Yes.
Bandit 3 and Bandit Mage?
Correct. I'm also going to change this to Bandit 2.
Over here in the corner.
And then all of
any
these
last
animals
preparations you wanna
represented
do?
here are in cages.
Got it. Any last minute preparations for anyone?
No.
Okay.
So, I am going to cast Mage Hand.
DM,
What's
just to
that hand
confirm,
doing?
May is in a cage as well?
Mae is not, actually. She's shoved into the corner of a room, and she's being, like, monitored by 2 individuals. She is in manacles, and the manacles are attached to the floor, however.
Okay, so let's not release any dinosaurs. Great. 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright.
We just roll for initiative.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Oh no.
Natural 1.
You have a +3 for your dex?
Yeah, my +4 is in my wisdom.
Okay. Xander got an 8.
We didn't roll great.
Vivian got a 12. Lysel got a 16.
Oh, thank you, people.
Johnny got a 20. Emiko got a 4. And what did Jay get on initiative? And Jay got a 12. And you guys are rushing in surprise round all that?
Yep.
Cool. That means, Johnny, you were up first.
Yeah, Johnny's gonna run in. And so If you go all the way around, can we see
You can
the
see...
two that are up on the platform?
Yeah, you can see them from here. You are at level with them right now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as soon as he sees the first guy, he is going to vomit up a bat, flies into Jay's sword, a scorching ray on that dude.
On the mage.
Kill him. Yeah, 21 to hit
That definitely
for
hits.
the first one. 10 to hit for the second, 26 for the third with a natural 20.
You're rolling advantage on all those, right?
No. What do we have advantage from?
Being hidden.
Alright, makes no difference on the one that missed.
Oh. Oh well, it was worth a shot.
Alright.
Okay.
2 scorching rays hit. Go ahead and give me
So-
damage.
It's going to be 17 fire damage.
That hurts.
It.
Anything else?
Yeah. I would have needed to use a bonus action to wake up. Then gonna back up 10 feet. End of turn.
Lysel, it is your turn.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cast a Zephyr Strike. So we're going to propel forward, stopping about here. Make an attack against the mage as I fly past at advantage. Which I already have advantage on it, but I did it for the movement. That's done. The 15 will probably hit a mage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna do some damage then.
Mage doesn't have a reaction right now either because the mage is surprised.
That's gonna be 16 points of damage to the mage.
The mage is dead and all of the other bandits are like, what the fuck? Bam.
Yeah, the mage just toppling down on this little ramp kind of a section. We're gonna go ahead and keep moving forward past this bandit. Actually leap down next to Mae.
Damn, zoomies.
I would like to be here, but that's just beyond my actual movement. But at least here I'll be in between, well, relatively speaking, in between these jerks and their prisoner. That is my entire turn.
Yeah, May looks up at you like, who the hell's? Alright, Jade, it is your turn.
Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Not within range of that bandit.
Good thing you have 12 plus 1 javelins.
True. That'd be kind of funny if I just like ran up and while I was running up threw that into the guy's chest. I'm gonna do that. 24 to hit.
Speaking of
10
jousting.
points of piercing damage. Yeah, right.
Joey's really looking forward to getting that 7th level aura of celerity or whatever the fuck it's
What
called.
was the damage? You said 10?
10, yeah.
Alright, damage is noted. Anything else for your turn?
Nah.
Vivian, it is your turn.
Vivian's gonna run 30 feet out here onto the balcony. And she's going to say, hey, fuckers, we killed all your friends. How bad does Bandit 2 look?
Definitely injured.
Okay.
Not almost dead, but hurt.
Guiding bolts. Yeah, guiding bolts. That is a 19 to hit, takes 18 points of damage.
Okay, well, when he takes 18 points of damage, then he is definitely dead.
Fantastic. And let me do the honors. Bing. Okay. And I have nothing I can do in my bonus action. That is it.
Alright, Xander, it is your turn.
Oh boy. How likely would Xander think it is that these guys are going to turn around and try to kill this prisoner? Pretty fucking likely, I would say. Unless you disagree, DM.
Make me an insight check.
I believe that is just a 10. Let me double check real quick. It's 11.
I mean, you kind of like look at these two individuals. The big guy, maybe. The archer, he looks like he's more like thinking of himself.
So the big guy hits harder, so. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I take it these crates are they on the same level and like descending down?
Yeah, so basically, and like, I used what I had for resources. It's more of like, this is just like slatted, layered wood that descends down to make this room have multiple layers.
Sick. Dash action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Casual reminder, I'm immune to non-magical difficult terrain.
Sick.
And do I have line of sight on the prisoner?
Yes.
Okay. Bonus action, Sanctuary.
Sick.
So as Xander approaches, he concentrates for a second. In a layer of sand that comes up around her, and turns into several very thin mirrors that spin around her. That is my last pact slot and the end of my turn. I think, just as a free action, he's going to yell out to her, "Don't try fighting them, that's what we're here for, just run!"
Yeah, also going to put a reference image of Mae in the chat. However, like, her hands look very badly blistered, bruised, and like has a lot of cuts on them. Specifically her hands. They look rubbed raw.
As manacles are wont to do.
Yeah, that's around her wrist. Her hands are all fucked up.
Oh, wacky.
And her manacles are also chained to the floor, but even then, nothing can really happen to her sanctuary as long as she doesn't do anything dumb. Anything else for your turn, Xander?
Nope, that's it.
Emiko, it is your turn.
Is that the archer that's on the 5 platform? Or are they both up there?
There isn't anyone on the platform anymore, but there are these 2 assholes just underneath the stairs, and then there's one guy over here.
I guess I'll go with the one guy that's alone. Run at him. A natural 20 for the first guy.
Oh, sweet. He's a little far away from you. Are you going to use your Boba's action to move faster?
No. Is there anyone within 50 feet of me?
One of these guys is.
Okay, I'll just go with that one then.
You can make it.
And then a natural 20 to hit for 9 damage total.
Ow.
And my bonus action attack missed. So that's it for my turn.
Alright, you brought him down to an even number, which is satisfying to me. Alright, top of the round. Bandits are no longer surprised. This guy is going to take a shot at Lysel.
I don't suppose he's within my melee range, is he? It's kind of hard to tell from here.
Not quite, he's 3 squares away.
Just a... I dropped my die. Yeah, that's a 15 to hit, unfortunately. So, well, unfortunately for him, great for you. Yeah, he misses. You, like, scared him. He has not recovered from being surprised, so he, like, turns around and goes, ah! And he, like, just, it goes, like, right past your face and into the wall.
All 4 of Lysol's eyes just narrow.
Squint. Like, bitch. Alright, Johnny, it is your turn.
Yeah. So if I walk out, I can see that guy to Johnny's left, diagonal from Vivian.
All the way over here?
Yes, no.
You can see this guy, because you're above him. You have an overall...
The one right next to Vivian. Is that a dinosaur?
Yeah, so the dinosaurs are all a level below, and they're in cages. So they are not...
Okay.
they will not be causing anyone any grief unless you guys let them out.
Or if the bandits do.
Or if the bandits do.
Got it. Yeah, gonna look diagonally at that bandit. Can I see across to the archer next to Mae?
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, since you're above them, like, at most you can't see their ankles because of these stairs, but otherwise you have a clear view of them. They are not hidden by the stairs enough to have cover.
She'll touch on that fine fellow. The natural 20 again.
Oh!
For 9 necrotic damage.
There are other numbers on the die, my friends.
I don't know how you people are doing this. I say you people loosely because I know that some of you guys are like weird kitsune people, or you come from lands like far beyond, or you're made of rock or crystal, but you people need to start rolling like more varied numbers on your dice.
What do you mean, you people?
I elaborated. What do you mean? What do I mean? I told you what I mean.
You're also
What do you
a
mean,
weird
you
people.
What do you mean, you people?
Yeah, so 9 necrotic damage. Johnny backs up 10 feet, ends his turn.
Sorry, I lifted up my drink to take a drink.
Stop it.
Alright.
Just kidding. Don't stop it. Stay hydrated.
It is this big man's turn. He is going to smack Emiko.
Where?
Oh my god, that's the second natural 8 I've gotten. Yeah, that's a 14 to hit.
Nope.
8's a normal number.
8's Alright. Lysel, it is your turn.
Has the big bad beefcake right here been hit yet?
Yes, he has. He got kicked in the face by Emiko. Made a really loud slapping noise.
Serves him right. He probably deserved it. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and attack him first since he turned his back to me so kindly. That is going to miss horribly. We're going to use our bonus action to attack him. That will definitely hit. Much better roll. For 18 points of damage.
18 damage is noted. Anything else for your turn, Lysel?
That took my soul point. We're going to move up so that way I am firmly in between these guys and our friend here, the captive.
Absolutely.
That'll be it for my turn.
Absolutely. Jay, it is your turn.
Oh, goody, goody. Let me fix my fucking...
I like how this barbarian motherfucker is like 3 times Lysel's size.
Running past the corpse and picking up the javelin 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and then throwing that javelin directly at the big ass motherfucker right here.
Yeet.
We are certainly going to be yoting. Is it 14 hit?
Let me check.
Do I get the high ground bonus? The cheeky high ground bonus?
There's a fucking high ground bonus?
No, I'm fucking with you.
Okay, thank you for being honest. That will just miss. His AC is 15.
Is he okay? That's the end of my turn then.
Alright. Vivian, it is your turn.
Cool.
Vivian pokes her head over the side. Big boy is going to get hit with a chill touch, 5 points of necrotic damage, and prone.
Ow.
Is Mae injured at all?
I
know you said her hands are kind of roughed up, but
yeah, like no super open wounds. She's got like a goose egg on her forehead. Her hands are really fucked up. She doesn't look great, but she doesn't have
she
any.
can wait.
Yeah, she doesn't have any serious injuries.
yeah, in that case, that'll be my turn.
All right, Xander, it is your turn.
Yeah, I think hitting big man is probably the plan here. Eldritch Blast. Natural 20.
There are other numbers on the die. The sequel, and the pre-sequel, and
You can't read that.
the saga.
And the squeak.
And the squeakquel, not the squeakquel.
That is 12, 16, 18 points of force damage to that guy.
Yeah,
And
guy's-
I'm gonna knock him this way.
you knock his corpse this way.
Hell
He's
yeah.
taken 3 crits. Emiko crit him, and then Lysel crit him, and then Xander crit him. The fact that he lived through 3 crits is already a miracle.
Get skibbity to Ohio, motherfucker.
Oh god, you're such a sussy fan of tax.
What the fuck?
Bonus action magic zone. Dakota was bewildered by that statement. I could hear the confusion in his voice.
He went, what?
That was the end of my yeah, he went, what?
Oh my god, it is this guy's turn.
Whose turn?
This man over here.
Bandit 1.
Well, bandit like 16.
And he is going to...
Actually, on the call sheet in the script, he's listed as Bandit 342.
he is going to use his hand crossbow to take a shot at Xander.
How dare you? I am royalty. You can't shoot me.
The bandit does not care.
No, for real, that's what a guillotine is for. No class.
That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
How dare you? I am royalty. That is 6 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, 6 points of piercing damage. Hits him fucking center mass in the chest. Xander looks down and just looks horrified. And he's like, "My coat, you uncivilized bitch!"
He said the bitch word.
Oh my god. Yeah, that'll be the end of that bandit's turn, and it is now Emiko's turn again.
Oh shit. I'm going to attack.
You have so many options.
Here's another bugger.
Blech!
4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is a 14 hit?
Let me check for this man. Because not all my bandits are the same. I made it to where they were interesting. 14 just misses.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use the key point to Flurry of Blows in 18. And then 16.
Those both hit.
Ooh. 4. Another 4, 8 points of damage.
You said 8 points of damage?
Yep.
I, for some reason, can't find this guy. Never mind, I found him. Yeah, ow, he is very badly hurt now. Alright, anything else for your turn, Emiko?
No, that's the end of my turn.
Alright. This guy did not like that you did that. He is going to, since he already has disadvantage, gonna use a special arrow on you. Bam!
Use your next move carefully,
Whoa.
and maybe your last.
Whoa. I rolled 2 of the same number. That is a 19 to hit.
Shield.
You know, I think that's the first time you've used it. Emiko, what does your shield look like?
So he shot me with an arrow, right?
Yeah, he shot
Point
you. He shot you point blank with an enchanted arrow that had like ice crystallized at the end of it that was like fluctuating magically.
Okay, as he does that, instead of it didn't even, it came out of his bow, and then it instantly like vaporized as a shield of bright gold just circle around her completely. And you guys can see like also like specks of like dark black around the shield, so it's not pure gold, it's just the mixture. And then as the attack misses, it like shimmers just slightly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and he like looks bewildered at this, not expecting that, really at all based on what he'd seen you do thus far, and it like draws him aback, and yeah, that'll be the end of his turn. Johnny, it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, Johnny's gonna look at one of the remaining enemies and hit them with a chill touch.
Which one?
Are you targeting
anyone?
Are you targeting
it's a
most?
15 to hit.
Are you targeting most injured?
Yeah, as always.
Yeah, then this guy. 15 just hits.
15.
Yep, 15 just hits.
2 necrotic damage. Back up. End of turn.
Alright. Lysel, it is your turn.
So what Lysel is going to do, I wish I could reverse the order in which I can use my polar weapon attack, but that's okay. I think Lysel is just going to move right past this guy to this guy. Take my attack of opportunity.
He can't make an attack of opportunity because he's holding a bow.
Yep.
Oh no, that's unfortunate for him. Well, this guy right here is going to get smacked for 21 points of damage.
Ow! My bandit.
Is he still standing?
Yes.
Okay, we'll bonus action attack on the wall.
Not for long, motherfucker.
That's for sure. It's gonna be 9 points of damage on that one.
That is enough to kill him. He had 5 left.
And then at this point, Lysel's gonna step back to this bandit, hold the tip of their bullhook up to his chest, and say, "Choose your next move wisely."
Jay, it is your turn.
Fucking Schrodinger's Reaper over here.
I wonder what on earth I could possibly be doing this turn.
Dark Souls style plunging attack with Divine Smite on the remaining archer.
It's excessive.
But it'd be glorious.
Can I jump on this guy? Oh yeah, I can jump on this guy. Fuck yeah, we're gonna jump on this guy.
Plunging attack.
Plunging attack. We jump on the man for a 19 to hit with the longsword.
That definitely hits. Give me damage.
That is a 10 points of slashing damage. Haha, you thought it's actually 17 points of damage.
Yeah. As you jump over the stairs, landing on this man and plunging your sword into him with a flash of radiant light, he is deceased, and we are out of initiative.
Jay's gonna turn around and look to the lady. He's gonna say, "I trust you are all right."
I am now.
Is she standing?
She's sitting on the floor. The manacles have her chained to the floor. There's like a metal iron ring coming out of the ground.
Can I blast the ring to free her?
Alternatively, we can find the keys and not risk crap not hitting them.
Yeah, I think Abigail's just gonna like hold down Xander's hand and be like, "Wait."
Don't you worry. Your loot
Lysel's already
goblin
rummaging through the bodies for keys.
How rusty do the chains look?
They don't look that rusty at all. It seems like these are not like old manacles that were already down here, but if you search the bandits' bodies, rest assured you will find a key.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a race against time, though. What will win first? Our ability to find a key or their patience?
Oh no, it's all good. I just wanted to ask one more thing. How thin did the chains look?
Oh my god, no.
They're on the thicker side.
I'm just
Damn.
saying,
Okay.
my interpretation of the rules says I would be able to blast the shrapnel in whichever direction I wanted.
It's true, you do have a push, but before he has a chance to realize that, too, we find the key.
Yeah, it was literally on the scout that was standing by her, so his
then I would be
Vivian-
right on top of that.
Vivian slides across the floor, seeing the energy begin to build in Xander's hand. and slides over and will unlock it.
Jay
Oh,
will
thank you.
sheath his sword and reach a hand out to pick up her up off the ground.
Yeah, she accepts your help up, and she like brushes off her robes.
She still has mirror shields spinning around her.
Yeah, and she's just like, thank you.
You're welcome. Did they hurt you at all?
Not outright. I got hit on the head one time, and she like looks at her hands, and they're like shaking. She cannot keep them from shaking. My hands are in a lot of pain, but other than that, I am in tip-top shape. At least they've been feeding me. Although, whoever the chef is should be fired. And by fired, I mean killed. Which he probably is.
Probably already done.
No doubt.
Xander's going to vault over the side, landing next to her, and say, "Not to worry. We carry food on us if you'd like a quick meal before we get the hell out of here."
Oh, I'm gonna be real honest with you, my friend. The smell of iron and piss is, I probably will not be eating for the foreseeable future. For the next few hours, probably.
Understood. Would you at least like some water?
Oh, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand her my water skin.
Before he hands over the water, while I still have her hand grabbed to pull her up, I'm gonna pump those 5 hit points if the welting and the pain in her hands has anything to do with like HP loss.
Yeah.
Are you using them to heal for HP or like do a cheeky like restoration?
I mean, if there's anything for me to restore, then I would prioritize that.
Yeah, you see that, like, some of the blistering on her fingers clears up. The wounds on her hands were starting to get infected.
Hell yeah.
That should suffice for now. Please, take some water.
Thank you.
Can I ask a clarifying question real fast?
What's up?
So, is that, like, how big is that area between the stairs and the wall, that corner that we're all fucking in?
It's apparently 15 feet across.
Yeah, it's, this room is a pretty wide room, because it's like a basement, but you see that the wall over here is, like, crumbling a little bit.
Okay, so, the fact of what's happening is, two of our guys, two of our tallest guys, and then our beefiest girl is just standing around this woman in, like, a circle in that 15-foot square, right?
Yeah, basically.
I'm not gonna.
And
I
our
wasn't
smallest
saying
girl.
It doesn't look bad.
I think you're probably okay. Let's get out of here though. Let's get her upstairs, get her some fresh air, and then we can talk about our next steps from there.
Real quick.
In the meantime, go ahead. You're probably about to suggest the same thing.
I would like someone to make me an investigation check.
Hell yeah. Gonna finally drop past that trace to give myself guidance. Anybody have proficiency?
I do not.
I don't think anyone does.
Yes.
That's fine. Great. I'll take your help if that's okay.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Help me.
Help you?
Or no, give me guidance.
Wait, what?
I'll give you guidance.
Guide me.
Okay. You are guided, apparently. I
Guide
rolled
me. Guide me.
What?
Okay, 24 investigation.
Alright.
Less.
Alright. Roleplay amongst yourselves as you're walking out. But basically what happens is you start looking around the room, because obviously you've been in almost every part of this, and when you look along the paneling in the walls, you find that there is one of them that is, like, slightly loose, and is actually, like, a, whole, like, person-sized plank of wood that you can, like, yank off the wall, and there's, like, a carved out in dirt and stone space that has a metric shit ton of shit in it. Not really. It is, like, a pretty sizable stash.
It's mini hoard.
Shovel everything into a bag.
Yeah, but I'm
Get it
going
later.
to type that out, so just roleplay amongst yourselves for a brief moment.
You guys can go on ahead. I'm gonna have a look at these dinosaurs.
Yeah, all of them are, like, freaking out in their cages. The cages are reinforced enough where the dinosaurs can't get out.
Can I ritual speak with animals while we're checking out the room?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to talk to these dinos.
Well, I still haven't seen Prince Xander do this a couple of times. I'm going to watch him intensely.
Yeah, Xander kneels down, conjuring his Book of Shadows to his hands. He lays it in front of him, and just kind of sits in a meditative pose for a second. He starts chanting, and primordial glyphs start appearing underneath him, spinning in a clockwise circle, before eventually releasing a spark of magic that travels up into his head and makes his eyes glow for a moment.
Do you think you could teach me to do that?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I could certainly try.
I've always wondered what it'd be like to talk to animals. I can't imagine it's too different than talking to people.
There's kind of a strange element to it, because I could tell they're not really speaking, per se. I can just understand their intent. Sort of like telepathic communication, in a way, if you ever experienced that.
Well, at least once or twice.
But yeah, Xander's pretty much just gonna step into the middle of the room and kind of speak out loud to all the dinosaurs. Alright, I'll let you all out, as long as you promise not to attack me and my friends. I've got some food for you.
Yeah. There we go.
Or, feel free to eat the corpses, if that suits your fancy.
Yeah, it looks like the only carnivorous creature within here is this Venari raptor, who you can see that it has some, like, scarring on its head from smacking its head into the, bars. And, the creature goes, I want out. They've already killed my young and my pack. I just want out.
Did any of the bandits down here have the keys for these cages?
The cages are actually opened by a lever that is up here, which is why it never got brought up in combat, because you killed the two people that were up here first.
Oh, for sure. I'm going to use my mage hand to operate the lever, then.
Yeah. All of the animals run out. More specifically, the raptor runs out, and seemingly like knowing the way, literally zooms around you, does not stay to chat, and just runs. So anyone who went up into the lobby, you see the foyer. The Venari raptor runs up, looks at you, nods, and then sprints out the door.
Xander is going to pay particularly close attention to this baby Dracorex.
Yeah. The other few, obviously these are herbivores, they're a little more passive, they kind of just, like, stretch their legs, look at the world around them like, damn, but this little baby, its leg is injured, so it doesn't seem to come out of its cage because it cannot walk.
Its leg is injured. I still have a potion of healing in my inventory. I'm gonna give it to the little baby.
Yeah, real quick, make me an animal handling check.
Since I have speak with animals on, could I make an argument for persuasion?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, that's a very good roll. 17, 24, 22, 23. 23.
Yeah, at first the creature recoils as it is terrified. The only humanoid beings that it has ever seen have harmed it or thrown it in a cage. So at first, it recoils and then, like, looks at you and notices that you pose no threat to it and are trying to help it.
Yeah, Xander's gonna kind of get down on one knee and be like, hey, it's alright. Here, drink this. It'll help you, like, feel better.
Yeah, it'll lap up some of the potion and, like, look at its leg and start to, like, flex its little, like its little toes and, you know, kind of, like, test, moving its leg, and then very weakly try to stand up, and in a very small voice it'll look at you and go, "Thank you."
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out a little bit of dried fruit from one of my rations and give it to the baby Draco Rex as well. And I think as Xander's doing this, he kind of looks at the larger ones, and he says, "Is this one your kin? One of you young, perhaps?"
All three of them shake their head and say no. No, they brought that one in later. It's weak. It won't survive in the wild. We're going to leave it.
Xander kind of pouts, looks back at the baby and says, "Well, that simply won't do. How'd you like to come with me?"
Nikrit, the little Draco Rex, he, like, walks out and, like, looks between you and Lysel since everyone else goes upstairs, and, just says, "Okay. You're not going to eat me, are you? Like the raptor said?"
Oh, heavens. Heavens, no. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Johnny's looking at him, just like a little drip of saliva down his cheek. Wipes it away. Oh.
Okay. You're not gonna leave me
I can't
behind
promise.
because I'm not strong?
Well, I'm not going to leave you behind. I can't promise that I'm going to take you to the safest places in Teosia, but better with us than on your own, I suppose.
Okay.
We'll keep you fed, too. Got plenty of water.
Yeah, he looks between you and Lysel, and he says, "You both have very pretty colors. Your scales indicate that you are predators, right?"
Xander thinks for a moment and says, "I suppose so. But, well, can't speak for my companions, but I know I myself am a little bit of a misfit, you might say. So, you fit right in with me." Oh, one more thing. Xander snaps his fingers. I'm going to summon Anodyne.
Nah.
This here is my friend Anodyne.
Your familiar, like, nods, and, you hear this, like, harmonious sound that almost sounds like, the echoes of wind chimes, and Anodyne seems to make this noise towards the baby Dracorex, and the Dracorex seems to understand her and says, "Oh, that's really nice. Okay."
Xander's going to look over to Lysel and kind of give a nod and say, "Are we all set down here?"
Yeah, I believe so.
The baby runs up to Lysel a moment and, like, looks up, like, craning its neck, and says, "You're very strong." Which, to Lysel, sounds like it walking up to you and going, "Ah!"
Lysel's gonna look over to Xander.
Oh, says you're very strong.
I think Lysel is gonna pull a ration out of their inventory, specifically one of like the fruits and or veggies from the ration, and offer it to the Dracorex as they pet its head.
At first, the baby will, like, recoil again, but then, like, see that you're feeding it like Xander did, and accept pets, and then very excitedly run upstairs.
Oh, shit. Well, that's a cue. And then Xander's gonna chase after it.
Yeah, baby has zoomies.
Jess.
Me.
3 sets of leather armor, 2 long bows. What else we get down here?
You get a great axe, a +1 quarterstaff, and a hand crossbow.
Nothing else.
Not really of note, unless you want the big motherfuckers like plain clothes that have no armor.
I mean, we're taking their boots. Great.
Would it be possible to determine what kind of an egg this is?
Make me a nature check. Sorry, I couldn't remember the word nature for some reason.
Is nature wisdom or
nature is intelligence. Xander's gonna pat you on the shoulder and give you guidance.
Okay. 12.
You can't quite tell. You know, whatever it is, it's definitely not a small creature. You're not super familiar with dinosaurs, but it has to be at least something that's going to be rather, large when it's hatched. Probably a dinosaur egg.
I think myself's gonna quote-unquote discard their weapon for the time being, as in dismiss it and just carry the egg.
Yeah, it feels very, very warm to the touch. Not magically so. Just, the egg itself is very warm. There is a little bit of writing on it, though. It looks like some magic has been put onto the egg.
Oh. And how heavy is it?
It's about 5 pounds. So it's not heavy, but for an object, it's got a little bit of heft to it. Yeah, and going upstairs when you get into like the main room and Mae sees the mess, which by the way, now that you're all in brighter light and can get a good look at her, Mae looks to be someone in like her early to mid-20s, and she does bear some resemblances to her father. She definitely looks like his child, and she has a very long, wavy, right now it's a little ratty, red hair with a few like naturally blonde streaks in it. And she, appears like she's trying to seem more confident of the situation, mainly to mask the fact that she is mildly terrified. And when you all get to the top, she, looks at the mess you made, and she, whistles and says, "Holy shit."
Yeah, we're not gonna slow down, we're just gonna get out of there.
Yeah, you go into the... there's nothing really stopping you as you make your way out of the bandit camp. There's some...
Well, we're going to stay in the fortress. We're just going to go out into the courtyard, get her some air.
Yeah.
We are then going to tear this place apart, make sure there's nothing else we missed, and then we are going to get all the bodies in order, and then we are going to take a long rest, I assume. How's everyone feeling? Well, can we get away with a short rest?
Oh, a short rest will be fine.
We're gonna need at least. We're gonna need at least an hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 hours for Johnny to identify everything. There's plenty of time to rest, and the rest of us can look around. If we want to try and catch that group tonight, we're gonna have to move fast. I wasn't expecting them to send such a small but agile group, so it's probably going to be difficult for us to catch them. Alternatively, this was an idea that was floated last time. We could just hole up here and wait for them to come back.
I say we wait for them to come back and set a trap for them to arrive to.
Yeah. There's a part of me that's kind of like, I love doing combat. Combat is fun. At the same time, we've done this same exact combat like 9 times
No,
now.
I said, I
So
don't...
I kind of feel like if we...
I don't remember if y'all remember last time I did say that that is something you can say, for the sake of brevity, you do on your way back. Like, I gave you the all clear that that is something that you can accomplish when you're on your way back home. Or on the...
Okay, can we just say that we wait, and then we kill them, and then we go home, then?
Both work. The reason that Vivian would rather wait is that it puts Mae in less danger, like for fictional reasons.
True.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're just hand waving it, we can hand wave it any which way, right?
Yeah. It'll just, you know, be the difference between trying to take Mae home and staying in a stinky fortress for a few days.
She'll live.
She can wait. She's fine.
Yeah. She's going to be in much nicer conditions than she was before.
Absolutely.
Alright, so anything else we want to do before we start time skipping and talking about all of these identifies?
Do we get a long rest before they come back and we kill them? Or just a short one?
Yeah, you would get a long rest before they realize that they've been had and come back.
Okay, cool, yeah. So, bring us through all these items.
Yeah, I am doing so right now.
I got it set up for you if you just want to copy my template.
Well, since we're at least getting 2 short rests, I'm going to make 40 good berries while Johnny is identifying stuff.
Give me 1 second.
Vivian is currently on corpse duty with anyone else who is around and strong enough to carry the bodies for her, and she will bury them.
Yeah, some of these I'm not going to type the whole description. I'm just going to take a picture, but some of them I can just put the name of the item. There we go. Okay, so just to go through everything verbally, boss's rapier is a +1 rapier, and a 1d4 times per day you can force a target to make a con save against your spell save DC. If they fail until the start of your next turn, all attacks against that creature are at advantage, not disadvantage. My bad, I'm stupid.
We get this in chat so we can follow along?
It is in chat. I just went and edited all the times that I mentioned these things in loot, because my bad.
Okay.
But all attacks against that creature are at advantage, and you can do that once again up to 1d4 times per day. The magical hourglass is a hourglass that when turned does something random when the time runs out. Could be cool, could be mundane, could be nothing. That is a DM's discretion thing. It's just a tiny little magic thing. A bottle of bottomless booze. This is one that I will screenshot. It's a lot of shit. Is it in here? No, it's not. Also, there's like 3 sources of this loot. But, treat it out loud. Do a 1-minute ritual to change the type of alcoholic beverage within the bottle. This glass bottle carries an alcohol of choice. The bottle comes with a stopper, which is attached to the bottle by a little chain. Even when opening, the bottle won't accept any other liquid than the liquor it produces. The liquor inside is always a perfect temperature, and the temperature can't be felt through the bottle.
Lysel would probably prefer to keep a polearm on hand instead. I'm only asking because I don't know if anybody else would want that rapier.
I don't think anybody else can use that rapier.
Going in the golf bag.
Hell yeah, golf bag.
Alright. The first ring, the one that's blue, is called a ring of swimming. You have a swimming speed of 40 feet while wearing this ring. Cloak of Billowing, the cloak with the golden embroidery. Use a bonus action to make the cloak billow dramatically. Yes. Clockwork Amulet. This popular amulet contains tiny interlocking gears and is powered by magic. This one does require attunement. When you make an attack roll while wearing the amulet, you can forego rolling the d20 and get a 10 on the die. Once to use this property, it's once per day. Once per day, instead of rolling a die, you can just say that you got a 10 on the die. Uncommon Barrier Tattoo. Basically, this is a way to get 12 plus Dex mod AC, but without actually wearing armor, because it's a tattoo. Okay, that is the last from that bit. Going back over to this, I think I have 2 more items. The red magical gem is a fire gem, which is like the other gems. You can use it to imbue fire damage into a weapon, or you can use it as a spell focus. And let me get it. The green ring, the ring that looks like it has a green liquid inside of it, is a ring of acid resistance. And then the staff is a staff of the Fey Wanderer, a wooden staff with blue glowing inlay that is obviously of another plane. Staff has 1d4 charges per day. The staff does not carry over its uses from the previous day, and the staff resets at each dawn. These charges can be used to cast Fairy Fire or Bane.
So 1 charge per cast or what?
Yeah.
Got it.
And then
What is the Cape of the Burning Dragon?
the Cape of the Burning Dragon is a cape that you have to attune to, but if when attuned to it, any attacks that you make, any weapon attacks that you make, deal an extra d6 of acid damage. And then the Goblet of Filling, it is a perfectly clean crystalline goblet that you can use a bonus action to fill it with an exquisite wine. The wine is very potent, and 1 glass will get you absolutely smashed. But
We have 2 refilling ways of getting hammered.
Yep. You got it from bandits, come on.
It sounded like it's
However, the crystalline goblet has 1 extra effect. If you drink from this goblet completely before going to sleep, for the next 8 hours after you awaken, you have advantage on all constitution checks. Or saves, more specifically. For 8 hours after you wake up the next morning.
Wait, you get what?
Advantage on all con saves for 8 hours after completing a long rest. If you
Oh,
drink
that's
before bed.
that's like free Shield of Faith every fucking day.
So
Can we fill it? Whatever.
It's one charge per day. You can use it once per day.
I was gonna say we are all gonna get drunk.
Yeah, and it is just
Nice.
1 use. So like if you hand it to someone else, if you've already drank out of it, someone else couldn't use it because it's only once per day.
So once per day, it fills with an exquisite wine, and someone gets hammered and then has a good morning.
Yes.
Very
As an
good
exquisite
for
wine.
concentration checks. Holy shit.
Okay. Was that the ornate decanter or the crystal goblet?
That was the crystal goblet. The ornate
The
decanter
ornate
is a
decanter
decanter of endless
I
water.
missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delightful. A raptor egg.
And then a raptor egg, yes. That Lysel is holding like a teddy bear.
Great. Then we have a bunch of extra loose loot. Personally, I say that we take this 100 gold piece pearl and we trade it for the 3rd, as of yet unnamed Parasolofus. Because we don't have a bag of holding. So right now, all of this stuff is on their backs.
So just to
As
make
a
sure
reminder,
that-
I can store this shit in my vessel as well.
Isn't it difficult for you to take out now?
Not anymore.
I don't know the rules. Okay.
Because I think it's very limiting, I made it to where Xander just can only be in there for a grand total of 4 hours a day.
Well, it's a number of hours equal to twice my proficiency bonus. For
Yeah,
the
right now it's 4. That's what I meant. You know what I meant.
Just to make sure that I'm understanding this correctly, the cloak, the gold cloak, that's the cloak of billowing. This cape was something else.
Yeah, so there's two different capes. There's one that's like a green cape that has embroidery picturing a dragon shooting acid. And then there is the cape that has the golden embroidery on it. The cape with the golden embroidery on it is the cloak of billowing.
Okay, and did you check the green one, or was there nothing to check on?
Yeah, the green one is every time you make a weapon attack of any kind, it adds a d6 of acid damage when you're attuned to it.
Oh,
That's
okay,
gotta
okay.
That's gotta go to Emiko. There's no debate.
What?
I'm taking
Which one?
The green cape with that gives you an extra d6 of acid damage every time you hit.
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
And then the boss's rapier was a normal rapier, but you can use it as a spell focus.
It's a plus one.
It has extra stuff.
Yeah, it's a plus one.
And it has an extra spell slot.
No, so it's a plus one, and then basically 1d4 times per day you can choose to basically have a miniature fairy fire on someone. And you've
1d4 times per
Yeah.
day?
2 max.
Okay.
So when is that determined?
Has the same clause of recharges each dawn. I just said things quickly. My bad.
So at dawn, you roll a d4 to see how many times you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna write down what items. I'm gonna use Gru's thing to write down what items require attunement and what items don't.
My spell save DC is not amazing. Am I really the only person that can use that rapier?
You and Lysel are the only people with rapier proficiency.
Shit. And Lysel, I mean, it is a +1 weapon, so it'd probably hit more reliably, but I don't know that Lysel is ready to give up or change out her Reaper weapon, I should say.
Their Reaper weapon, and no, because they use Polearm Master.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, in the golf bag it goes.
Chas, did you post the screenshots of what the staff and the other stuff does?
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
Also, without including the ice arrows and fire arrows and the +1 quarterstaff, we are currently sitting on 852 gold worth of loot. Egg.
We're gonna be rich.
Egg.
Uh,
I already did that.
is that what's the action on it? Is it a bonus action?
No.
Action?
You just do it when you make an attack.
That's fucking crazy. Okay.
Yeah, the boss did it to one of you, but I think y'all passed the con save.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's what that con save was for. Okay.
Mhm.
I assumed it was purple worm poison. Good to know.
So the longsword is actually getting tossed in the golf bag, and the rapier is going on the hilt.
Hell
On the belt.
Easily.
We are decorated.
I could never give up this sword. I would need to travel with it all the time. Ooh, my.
Ooh, pretty sword.
He did say that. He did say, after explaining this, he said, "Maybe it's just that I feel safer with a shield in the other hand."
Yeah, but like you had that conversation like 9 minutes ago.
Yeah. But he did
Excalibur?
say that. He did say that out loud. He was like, "Perhaps it is just that I feel safer
Yeah.
with a shield in the other hand."
I just like that he immediately comes up and he's like, Excalibur, take a seat. You have been
This isn't
replaced."
fucking Excalibur. If I find Excalibur, that's like I don't
Yeah,
care how
well,
bad it is. That's the only
your sword
goddamn
has
weapon.
a name. Your sword has a name. Don't talk to me.
Of
Joe
course
would-
it does.
of
It's
course
called
it does.
Glorybringer.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right.
Yeah, but as you're all like, going through your loot and resting, yeah,
Still waiting on a screenshot.
yeah, I'm getting, you needed it on,
The egg is just an egg.
yeah.
You said you were going to do the thing for the booze and for these staff.
You want to
No,
give
no.
me an egg.
Probably not a bad
You also
idea
have a
for the
look at
crystal
the-
goblet as well.
Does the green cape, does that just do the d6 of acid damage every turn?
Yeah, that's all it does.
Okay, so it's like, no, I mean, like, is it every turn? Is there a limit?
No,
sorry,
it
that's
is
what I meant.
anytime you make a, attack that is not a spell attack. So if you shoot a
Okay.
bow, if you throw a knife, if you punch someone in the fucking throat, it does an extra d6 of acid damage.
Okay, thank you.
The magic,
jeez.
the magic on the egg was just basically like a warming spell to incubate it, which is why you found it in like a hole and it isn't dead. To answer your question,
Really?
myself. Yeah, basically it has a slight warming charm on it. It's basically like cheap prestidigitation to keep it warm.
Cheap prestidigitation, also known as presto.
Pesto.
On my app.
Not to be confused with pesto, which is a delicious garlic sauce.
Pesto sucks.
You suck.
That's because they always put fucking pine nuts in it, bastards.
The uncommon barrier tattoo that goes to Johnny, right? Or Xander, do you wear armor?
I do wear armor. It's technically better than the armor I have right now, but I don't know that I want it, to be honest.
What?
It's just because, like, you know, it takes up a fucking attunement slot, and then I gotta fucking...
yeah.
I've already got a fucking cursed item just chewing away at one of my slots, so...
Right.
Wait, a tattoo takes an attunement
Actually,
slot?
no,
Yeah,
I shouldn't.
Uncommon barrier.
I mean... No, I'm a liar.
It's like, it gives you, like, magical armor, so it makes sense that it would be, like...
Yeah, I guess technically...
It's a tattoo.
Yeah, I guess technically you would have to do it to the pen, but once you have the tattoo, it's a tattoo.
Yeah, the magic item... Oh my god, Joey, read the fucking chat, please.
I did read the chat. I can't see where it says fucking tattoo.
It's because I
tattoo.
went through and I edited my loot thing instead of using Gru's template.
Yeah, but you also didn't write down what uncommon barrier tattoo is. You just wrote uncommon barrier tattoo. I assume that was the magic pen.
Yeah.
That is now okay.
Oh, okay. It's the first one from 2 hours, an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, 2 days.
But yeah, like the tattoo pen or needle or whatever the fuck you want to call it is the enchanted item, and then you basically press it to your skin, say a command word, and it inscribes a tattoo onto you that gives you magic armor.
Could I use that with my unarmored defense?
No, it's 2 different AC calculations.
Damn.
Alright, so... Boss Rapier
Johnny.
going to Jay. Anybody taking the magic hourglass?
Me.
Emiko. Who's taking the booze?
The party.
Yeah.
So we're gonna sell it. Or
no.
just hold on to it for now. Rockabilly
I
going to
sell it.
Jay.
You just
Because
pour
I
an infinity
love
amount of glass with it.
having money. Clockwork Amulet going to Emiko. Ring of Swimming, anybody want it? Non-attunement.
Johnny's going to take everything that nobody else wants.
Okay.
Which, if you could put that in chat, I'd appreciate it.
The ring of swimming is just like gives you a swim speed.
Gives you a 40-foot swim speed, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which Johnny is grabbing for right now. Uncommon barrier tattoo, Johnny's gonna hold on to it, but it sounds like no one really has a strong vibe for it. Red gem, we already have one of those. I think we have an ice one too,
Yes.
don't we? Or a thunder
Yeah, you have
one?
an ice and a thunder one.
So we have an ice, thunder, and now a fire one? Okay.
Which I was about to say, the inclusion of these gems in the loot is awesome.
Johnny is taking the Staff of the Fey Wanderer, Ring of Liquid Acid Resistance. Is that attunement?
No.
Okay,
I'll take it.
sure, go for it.
Does that just give you
Green
acid?
Cape
Yes.
going to Emiko. Crystal Goblet, I guess we'll just hang on to that for now. Cantor, Johnny, Raptor Egg going to myself. Is there anybody who wanted something off this list and did not get it?
No, I'm good.
Great. I don't need anything either. So I think we are good on that.
If y'all don't want to carry shit around, if y'all rather keep it in fucking storage, just let me know. That way I can keep track of what items are in the bottled respite.
100%. Xander, take a potion of healing because you used one downstairs. Who wants another one? Does anybody not have a potion? I don't have a potion. I'm taking it. Great. Four Tiger Eyes. Who cares? I think that is everything that we need to hand out right now. Does anybody care if I just add all of these gems to our sell list? Does anybody want gems real bad?
I'm good.
I don't give a shit.
Johnny, any spell components you need from these?
Not currently.
Great. I'm gonna add all of these to our sell list as well. And I think that is it. We wait, 2 days was it,
Yeah.
Jess, for them to
Yeah,
come back?
basically, after 2 days, they come back, and since you have been waiting, you basically use their own fortress against them and stomp them out. The only real things of interest that they had on them are similarly, there were 9 of them, so leather armor, unenchanted quarterstaff, weapons, the whole 9 yards. Basically loot I've already given you before.
I'll take more of it. So 9 leather armors. How many longbows?
6.
9 more? 6 more? Great.
3 daggers.
How many daggers?
A quarterstaff.
Great.
Are
And
you
a
just
handbow.
carrying this shit around?
They are all on the Parasaurolophuses. They're just in bags, like on their saddles. And a hand crossbow.
Yep.
Great.
I have a question about the magic hourglass.
What is that?
How many times a day can you do it?
That is once a day.
Okay. Emika's gonna do it in the 2 days that we're here, so she's gonna do it twice.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Also, Emiko, do you want this +1 quarterstaff?
I'll take it just to have it, but I plan on using my sites from now on.
So
If you don't want it, I'll take it because that way I can fucking have a better bonk stick when I use.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take a +1 quarterstaff.
yeah, but Emiko, the first time you use the hourglass, you wait, and you notice that it takes an hour for the sand to fill through. So, like, you do other things around the area, you know, come back and check on it, and finally, when it is complete, you feel drunk for the rest of the night. But not unpleasantly drunk. It's actually very nice. It's like this dizzy light feeling. You feel sing-songy and dancey. It's a good drunk. And then you sleep better than you have in a really long time. And then when you do it the second day, after the time runs out, a cupcake appears on top of it. And I mean, like, the stereotypical, like, cartoon cupcake where it's like a vanilla cupcake with white frosting and, like, a cherry on top. Like, and it is the most delicious cupcake you have ever had in your life.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and also you notice that every time the magical hourglass, like, runs out of time, this, like, weird chime sound comes from it, like this very pretty ding, and it, like, echoes for way longer than it should. And that's how you know the thing is gonna happen. You also notice that the effect happens specifically to the person who flipped it over and made the time start going.
Okay. Do other people see the cupcake, or...?
Yeah, other people see it.
Okay.
But, you know, yeah, if it makes a item or something, anyone can interact with it, but you turning it is what made that happen.
Okay, so when it's an effect, it affects the person that's... Okay. Okay, that's really cool. Cool.
Emika's gonna get Pavlov.
That's crazy.
Great. Alright, so it's been an extra 2 days. So I think it's been, if you include the night that we left and met Ezekiel, I think it's been 5 days total. And then after that, we will spend the next 2 days traveling back to MapleView.
Yeah, and it is a very uneventful trip back. Let me real quick. I'll do that after game, so I'm just gonna put this note for myself. 4. There we go. It is now Cyrus the 17th. And I'll remember to change what day of the week that is in all after session. Yeah, but when you get back into town, it's about midday by the time you finally get back. And you have learned a lot of things about Mae Fleckehart. For one, what had happened is that when Mae explains to you the full story of meeting that individual on the road, and it was a different individual than the one that she was drawing, you find out that when Mae saw that person on the road, a chain of events happened where she thought that she had inadvertently caused that person's death. And that the reason she got so paranoid is because she saw people stalking her in her windows, etc., and she basically thought that they were going to kill her for killing one of their own. So she retreated to the cabin so that if they were going to hunt her down for accidentally murdering someone, she wanted them to be away from the city. But it was all a setup. She obviously soon found out. And they stormed the cabin. She also tells you that the reason her hands were all fucked up is that they were forcing her to make paintings. They were going to basically force her to make high-quality paintings in hopes to turn them for a profit elsewhere. Which doing the creative process non-stop for several days at a time just caused her to have some blisters and cuts along her hands. But when you return to the city, Tabitha, one of the maids from the estate, appears to be fetching a bucket of water, and Mae literally hops off of whoever parasaur she's on and just goes, "Tabitha!" And, jumps off and runs at her and, tackles her in a hug and makes Tabitha drop the bucket of water, and water gets everywhere, and both of them end up muddy on the ground, and she goes, "Oh, you're back! Oh, they got you!" And they sit there, kind of rolling around in the dirt. And you see several people, looking out their windows and coming out of their houses at the commotion outside.
So this is an important scene, and I do want to have this scene, but there is something extremely important that we do need to discuss beforehand, which is that we stopped at the cabin, we picked up Cleo, and more importantly, we picked up the box.
Yeah.
And it is back in Xander's ring.
Yeah. When you stopped by the cabin, by the way, there were a bunch of dead microraptors by the box, and Cleo had eaten them. And she did a great job defending it. Yeah.
What's in the box again?
Nothing.
There was nothing.
Fuck all.
It's Johnny's box.
It was a trick to get the bandits to collect ransom, and basically they sent animals, and Cleo ate them.
They sent animals to pick up a box with 500 gold in it?
No, probably to check.
Bird cannot carry a 1-pound coconut.
And
yeah, great. So they're rolling around on the ground causing a scene.
And all of the any people that live in this part of MapleView, peek their heads out the doors and start running outside. And you see Ezekiel Fleckehart run down the stairs that lead up to his estate and run outside, nearly tripping over himself, as it doesn't look like he runs that often, totally exerting himself as he runs. And Mae, gets off the ground and stops hugging Tabitha and then runs into her father's arms, and he, picks her up and spins her in the air, and he starts bawling. And he's like, "After so much time had passed, I thought I wouldn't see you return." And,
Have faith, Mayor. Of course we were going to bring her back in one piece.
Yeah, don't sell it short now, come on.
Oh no, but a parent always worries, no matter how good the circumstances may be. And, Mae will smile and just, "I've already said it about 50 times, but thank you again."
I don't think I've ever been happier to help.
And, Ezekiel will say, "Well, this calls for a celebration. To Gatherer's Corner, everyone." And, like, all the people that were, like, eavesdropping out of their homes are like, hell yeah! And they all start running out of their houses and to the corner of MapleView to go to the Gatherer's Corner. And Mae and her father both start running too, and she, like, waves her arm like, come on! Come on! You actually see Virgil and Arethil sitting on the steps leading up to Dr. Niez's house, and they're playing a game of God's Folly, and they see everyone freaking out and running, and they both look up like, what?
Can I get a quick vibe check on specifically Vivian to see how she feels about, like, a big fucking party with the whole town being there?
You go to get a vibe check on Vivian, and she's not there. Vivian left.
Like, going to the party or going somewhere else?
You don't know. You know, let me roll a stealth check. Let's see.
Sure, I'll
No,
make
she
a
rolled
perception
a
check.
natural one. Yeah, you 100% see her going to Dr. Niez's just off. She just, like, sort of, like, walks away in the middle of the conversation. Like, how did you find these people? She just leaves and is going to Dr. Niez's office, presumably to do more work.
I think Xander would go with her.
Yeah.
He doesn't really, like, say anything to her, just, like... I think he goes with her. He's not too excited by the prospect of the whole town fucking being there and kissing his ass for however much time.
He's not?
No.
Oh. I misread
But I
Xander.
Yeah, like, as you two walk in, like, Arethil goes, oh, hello. Oh, goodbye.
Hello, Arethil. How's the alchemy coming along?
Great. I used Virgil as a test subject today.
Vivian just, like, said that, like, nonchalantly as she was walking back to the alchemy room, and then all of a sudden she says that, and Vivian just stops. And on her shoulder, Gale turns around slowly. You did what?
Of course, it was with his permission. I was working on a potion that specifically, boosted someone's defenses, and Virgil wanted to see if it worked. I did want to do that.
Can I get an insight check on Virgil?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Virgil's looking at this 15-year-old, looking at this starry-eyed goth girl.
Arethil is
she doesn't
20
need a
years
fucking-
old.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he has a crush. But she doesn't need that.
I got a 9.
She doesn't need an insight check. She just says, were there any ill side effects?
I don't like the taste of mint.
Any more as a result of this potion?
No.
It's a horrifying side effect.
It worked great. It's just the fact that I almost threw up when I drank it because I didn't realize it was minty.
Did you like mint before?
No.
And now you don't?
Oh no, I hate mint.
Oh, he's just a fucking weirdo. Idiot.
Yeah.
Alright. A little better.
Alright. Vivian will just, like, continue walking and says, I expect a full report. We're going to be doing your final test in the next few days because we're going to be leaving soon. And she's just going to walk into the back.
No, okay.
Yeah, Xander's going with, and if Vivian, like, looks at him questioningly, or Gale does, he just shrugs and says, not a big fan of parties. Figured you could use a hand.
Sure, why not? And she's going to use Dr. Niez's office to make some medicine.
Yeah, does everyone else go to the party?
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, the
one time Lysel does go to parties to celebrate their victories.
Yeah, the party is insane. There are people cheering, dancing, lifting you over their shoulders and carrying you around the bar. There are games. There are all sorts of things. In fact, over the course of a night, the group of you gain an extra, 2 gold pieces worth of silver and copper pieces from them, tossing them at you. In their excitement. There is music. There are people drunk everywhere. There are some people that don't even make it to a tavern room as they just pass out at their tables. Even the barkeeps get in on the action and are just having a great time. And the party carries on all the way into the morning. It starts getting calmed down at like maybe 4 a.m. And Ezekiel tells everyone to take the next day off, and everyone cheers in excitement. And, as things calm down, what are all the partygoers going to be doing?
Are you talking about the characters or the NPCs?
The characters. That's what I meant. Like, what are y'all doing?
I think at some point in time during the celebration, after having imbibed some of the beverages passed around, Lysel's going to go over to Jay Elwood and say, Jay, you're a knight, right?
Well, yes, I am not licensed, but I am an officially titled knight of Redka, yes.
Does that mean you could, in theory, knight someone else? Or train someone to be a knight?
I've never taken on a squire. I don't know that I'd necessarily be ready for that amount of commitment, but I've never been opposed to the idea, I suppose. It's mostly up to royalty whether or not someone were to be knighted under my tutelage.
See, like, Lysel thinking intensely. I mean, Sanders royalty. Could you teach me to be a knight?
I don't know, where are you? Oh, what?
Well, I mean, I figured if you have the ability to, and we have the means of doing it, if you're not opposed to it.
I just need to be clear on something real quick. You don't mean train you to be a paladin, yes? You mean to train you to be a knight. Because one of those things I can definitely do. The other one, not so much.
Oh, no, I'm not asking you to show me how to be like what you are. I'm referring to the title.
Oh, yeah, I can do that, sure.
Lysel, you're just trying to get every class. Could you imagine?
Learning how to be a knight is easy. It's actually applying the knowledge that's the more difficult piece. There's a lot of giving up wants and needs for the sake of others involved. So if you're prepared to sacrifice for the greater good, then yes, I don't see any reason why you couldn't be a well-trained knight.
That's great then. I look forward to learning from you.
Ezekiel has promised everyone the day off tomorrow, and I don't see any reason to challenge him on that notion, so I suppose any formal training can wait until we're either back on the road or have a bit more time to settle down without the town folk and such.
Well, of course. We wouldn't want to rush any kind of training, and I'm sure most of it is best learned via in-hands experience.
Well, you'd think that, but really the majority of knight training is just battle strategy and politeness, but you'll figure it out soon enough.
And I think after that, Lysel would probably retire for the night. Because I imagine by about this time, it's like starting to become morning, and like this is like at the butt end of the party.
Yeah, and Lysel, when you go to retire, Emiko, what has been occupying your night?
Emiko probably would have stayed at the party for like an hour before she would have just like retired upstairs, and spent her time practicing her new weapon and basically having one-side conversations with her familiar and the bracelet that she's wearing. So yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what is trying to be communicated with you through the bracelet, but whatever it is, it feels encouraging, but concerned in a weird way. You're not sure where the concern comes from, but, even still, the voice is muted, but you can tell that it's like you are being spoken to. And, you take rather well to your new weapon. It feels really good in the hands. You can think of many of the creative uses for this weapon, and as you think of all the applications for its unique build. And as you hide yourself away to do that, Johnny, do you attend the party?
Johnny is going to slip back to the man's manor and see if the ink he laid upon that door handle was ever disturbed.
It was. You can only assume by one of the,
Reminder, he did put, crime scene, do not cross on the door. Very clearly.
Yeah. Judging by the way it was smudged, you assume that it was Ezekiel.
Has the room been disturbed in any way?
No.
Does this seem malicious in
No,
nature?
not at all. Even though it's a feeling you don't really understand, you get the feeling that Ezekiel was just having that, lost and upset parent moment where they walk into their kid's room and just kind of longingly stare at it before leaving. Nothing in the room has...
The bed still upside down?
Nothing in the room has been changed or moved. It doesn't even look like a candle has been lit in here recently. And it's only one smudge on the door, meaning whoever opened it, kept their hand on the door, and when they closed it, they didn't retouch it to do that. So there's no smudges from multiple touches.
Wipe away the ink. Then he will look at the vision in the book once again, and after that he will just go about prowling the town for anything interesting.
Oh, you're going to look at that little journal again?
Yes.
When you do this time, it looks a lot darker in this little magic shop than it normally does, and you see a short individual, can't really tell, very androgynous looking, sweeping the floor, wearing, I wouldn't say they're ornate robes, but well-decorated robes, and a short hat. Kind of looks like a beanie, looks like something to keep your ears warm, and there's even a little sleeve, I guess I would call it, in the hat, to accommodate this person's long, pointed ears. And you can see out a nearby window and see that there is a raging snowstorm outside, and ever so often the person stops and looks out the window, almost as if lost in thought, before continuing to sweep before the visage fades. And it's a quiet night in MapleView, although you do see the imps are partying by themselves out in the woods, because they heard the party going on in the tavern, so they were all just partying out there instead. And, Vivian, real quick, make me a check with your alchemy supplies.
Sure, yeah. This is, I can tell you what she's making, too. I kind of thought I was going to get away with this, but then all of a sudden, I had a tag-along. So I guess I should probably explain what's going on here. She went into the alchemy lab and started taking just a bunch of random crap. Stuff that she's been picking up as she goes, like little mushrooms, blades of grass, any seemingly random thing that she could possibly get her hands on. And as she does, she tosses them into a large bowl, starts to crush them down with the pestle, and then boils them over some water. And as she does, she starts to incant some sort of chanting over them, like she is saying some things. And then, wait 1 second. Sorry about that. And then eventually it all begins to boil down into this weird green and brown muck. And it is at that point that she would request Xander's help if he is willing to help out, where she will quickly cool it using shape water to cool the boiled water within. And then will start to stick her hands inside and mush up what is in there. And as she does, Xander, you would see that she does remove the fingertipless gloves that she wears. And I think this is probably the first time you've seen her do that. And you do see that she has very heavy scars along her palms. Not so much on the fingertips themselves, but on the palms. She rolls up her sleeves, pushes her hair back in a big messy bun, and gets her hands inside and instructs you to do the same. As you do so, you sort of just like squish whatever is in there, and weirdly enough, it starts to transform from this mushy mess into an almost gelatin-like substance. And the more you squeeze it, eventually the substance becomes transparent and almost cloudy. You can't quite make it out at the same time because you start to notice that your hands look a little bit harder to see the more that you squeeze what is inside, until eventually, as the two of you are squeezing this substance, it becomes completely clear. However, where your hands meet it, you do not see them anymore. You also don't see any sort of depression of the liquid as if your hands were inside. It's like they sort of just stop existing where they hit this weird goopy gelatin substance. And then she instructs you to continue doing so, occasionally taking breaks to let your hands rest. But as you start to continue squeezing the goop, it begins to give off a light aquamarine glow to it, and little puffs of smoke start coming out eventually as well. Until seemingly, it seems like nothing has changed. Like the last 15 minutes you've been just doing the same thing, and Vivian seems satisfied and pulls out her hands, and as you pull your hands out, you see they are completely dry, no substance on them whatsoever. And she bottles up the substance into very small vials for her. And then she will put those in her own bag. And so, Chas, this is her making her medicine. Do you still need me to make that check?
Yeah, just real quick.
Sure.
Xander is obviously taking the help action here, if applicable. I would also like to give Vivian guidance.
Yeah.
Great. That is a lot. That's a 26.
Yeah, so this time with the help, you find yourself noticing normally you can only make like very little of this at a time, because if you make too much or do too much, it loses its potency. But you notice that this time, having help, you manage to make about 9 miniature vials worth, and have a storage for a longer period of time.
Yeah, it's like 3 months. That's good. Great. Yeah, she will thank you for your time, and I think it's probably been like 2 hours of this, and I imagine the party is still raging. The sun has gone down at this point. And I think she will... She'll put on the gloves again. Make sure that everything is cleaner than when she came in. And will say, I'm going to turn in early tonight. I don't think I'll be able to sleep with all the noise going on, but it's worth a shot.
Fair enough. I'm happy to have been able to help you in this endeavor.
It's appreciated. I think she just nods and leaves.
Yeah. I think Xander lingers for a moment before leaving, and he's gonna go find Emiko.
Yeah, you kind of tiptoe and trudge your way through the party, finding her in the tavern room that she has been staying in.
Yeah, just gonna give a couple taps on the door. Don't want to be rude.
At the sound of the door, you after you knock, you hear a slight clank of metal, and then suddenly you hear "fuck," and then she'll open the door, rubbing her head with her weapon. Like, hey, what's up?
Was I interrupting something?
I was just learning how to use my weapon. Come in. And she's gonna move more inside.
Yeah, Xander will step in. Making any decent progress so far?
Yeah, I think. They're pretty simple to handle. Where have you been?
Oh, I've been about. I don't much care for the rowdiness of this kind of party.
Yeah. Back home we had festivals, but this is... it's different for some reason.
I understand. I like a good shag, but this is all a bit loud for me. Oh shit.
What?
Xander fucking just dropped his water skin or something off his belt. And then picks it up.
Ever.
Hey, normally... And he just stops mid-sentence, realizing, oh yeah, no, I am actually kind of clumsy. Fair point. Still rude to point it out. He kind of smirks.
Yeah, well, never said I was nice.
No, but you are. At least to me.
I don't know, you just seem closer to home than everyone else.
Well, if it's any consolation, the feeling is mutual. You know, I had a question that I wanted to ask you, and I completely have forgotten what it was. Hopefully it wasn't that important. I guess I'm curious as to... I don't know, what's next, you know? I mean, ostensibly all of us will stick together as we move on, but I guess we haven't really talked about it much.
Well, my only task was basically figure out who I was, and I've learned a lot since joining with everyone. I would like to stay together. I know you're still learning.
He kind of rubs the back of his head and he says, yeah, I haven't really gotten my whole thing sorted out yet, I suppose. But still plenty of time for that.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll find plenty of information along the way.
Hopefully. There's also the chance that we come up with absolutely nothing, and that in of itself is a lesson, I suppose.
Well, I mean, if we come up with nothing on our journeys through here, I definitely have some answers back home.
That's true. Also, it's a big world. If we don't find answers here, there's always answers other places.
Right.
Hey, I actually have a really good spot that I've found here in this inn. Well, inn is a strong word, I suppose, but, do you want to share a drink with me?
Sure. Did you happen to steal the bottomless beer thing that we got today? Or the other day?
No, I actually, don't get me wrong, magical liquor is fine in normal circumstances, but this is a special occasion. I wanted to splurge a bit. And Xander is going to pull out a bottle. As he was going through the inn, he just picked up the most expensive, like, top shelf quality bottle they had.
Yeah, the liquor is a fine liquor. It was imported from Viron, and it has a mermaid engraved like in the glass on the front. That's like holding like a flag, and that has the writing of the brand's name. Allegedly, it is a bottle of liquor that comes off of a ship known as the Siren Song.
Hey.
Apparently there's quite a bit of fancy lore involved with this particular bottle, and... well, I thought it'd be nice to share it with somebody I've grown to think of as a sibling.
Great, I have another brother to deal with. And it's just gonna follow you.
Sure, but how many of them are green and made of rock?
Well, my oldest brother he's pretty much, his brain is pretty much a rock, so I don't know if that counts.
Perhaps not quite. And Xander is actually going to go over to the window in Emiko's room and open it up. And this whole time he was having Anodyne like kind of harness or tie down, I guess it would be the proper term, a rope so that they could climb onto the roof from Emiko's window.
Yes.
And kind of just sit on the highest point of the roof and look up at the star-filled night sky. And you said it's been a couple hours, so I imagine at this point, like, we're getting the first few streaks of daylight coming over the horizon.
Yeah, and, as everyone settles in for the night, does anyone else have anything they want to do before we go into a long rest?
We're going to do a long rest?
Or, when I say a long rest, I mean... More so, is there anything that you all want to accomplish before, you... I'll just say it how it is. Leave MapleView.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good.
There is,
everything.
yeah.
God.
So, well, for this long rest specifically, where's my list?
Better be in group goals or I'm gonna kill you.
I think the next person that needs to be harassed is Vivian. Totally lost it.
How dare you? I didn't ask for this.
You did not
Yeah,
ask for it.
so you said when Vivian goes to turn in for the night.
Oh, this is tonight. Okay, great.
Yeah. Here it is. Yeah, Vivian next. Vivian goes to turn in for the night. Johnny is like waiting at the window of her room in the
On the
inn.
second floor.
Yeah. Which, imagine the challenge getting up there, and he's struggling to hold on.
She walks in. None of the candles are lit, so she goes over and with her dark vision looks over and sees Johnny's face in the window. Just goes,
and he's clearly been tinkering with the window for quite some time.
yeah. But the thing is, the fright wears off very quickly because I assume you have like an 8 strength, so he's like grunting and like cheeks puffed up, like, oh boy, oh, trying to hold himself up. And so she quickly runs over and opens the window, and I think like drags you in. And she also has an 8 strength, so now she is also panting. What is it? What's going on? What's wrong?
Your door was locked. Your
because I wasn't
was
in
locked. So I tried the window, but that was locked too. And
yeah, because I wasn't.
Figured, already put in so much effort getting up. No point in coming down, right? I was about to get it open, but thank you for opening it.
Sure, Mr. Phage. How can I help you? Actually, no. Why are you in my room?
Because you let me in through the window.
Why were you trying to come into my room when I wasn't here?
Because there's an unsated hunger within me. That potion, its scent, I detect now on your figure. What, why, who, how?
Oh, no, hang on. What was your plan exactly? You were going to come in and snoop through my stuff and see if you could figure out what it was?
Well, no. First, I went to knock, and the door was locked, and I figured too many people to pick the lock. So then I went down,
back up,
tried to climb up. Yeah.
Wait 1 second. You knocked. There was no response. Your thought process wasn't, oh, Vivian's probably not in there. Your thought process was, someone's going to notice if I open the door without her permission.
Exactly, yes. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Apparently we are.
Then I went through the window, but locked, and I realized that I couldn't both pick the lock and hold on and keep myself from falling, so I figured you'd be back soon enough.
Okay, that
and
doesn't
I could ask you directly.
Okay, so your plan was to wait for me in my room?
Well, no. Well, yes, but only after I realized I couldn't get in.
What was your plan when you thought you could get in?
I was going to get in and wait for you.
Okay, so either way, waiting for me to get back in my room, I walk in. Gale sees you just standing in the middle of my room. Okay, she doesn't actually laugh. She's very upset. That was Minnow. She says, Mr. Phage, if my door is locked and my window is locked, first of all, if my door is locked, don't check the window. Second, if the door is locked and the window is locked, it means I don't want anyone in here. That includes you, Mr. Phage.
I mean, but you let me in.
She's like, set him on fire.
Total utter genuineness. He does not know why you're so upset right now.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Phage, I did let you in because it looked like you were about to fall to your death. However, next time, if you go... No, just listen. Next time, if you go into my room, you knock, and there's no answer, I'm not there, and I don't want you to come inside, okay?
Got it.
Got it. I'm glad we could clear this up. She, looks at you questioningly.
Yeah. And he goes up, unlocks the door for later.
Yeah.
Now,
Wait.
potion.
What do you mean for later?
For when I want to leave.
It's gonna be
sorry.
after you leave.
Goes to relock the door and opens the window. I'll leave the way I came in.
Sure, that's very polite of you. So, you want to know about the potion, right? It's for a medical condition I have. It's a chronic condition. It's not contagious. Does that satisfy you?
He just stares at you, waiting.
She stares back.
And how did you come into this medical affliction?
It's genuinely none of your business. Asking people about their medical conditions is extremely personal. And if someone tells you, please respect my boundaries, I don't want to talk about that, you have to accept that.
But this hunger burns within me yet, mistress. And
I am sorry to hear that.
I feel, as one close as you, it is quite reasonable to explain such an affliction. Perhaps not in full, but I do wish to know more of your condition. Would you grant me a fragment, a bone, something to tide me over?
She is like sitting down in her bed. She like smooths out the front of her skirt in front of her. Gale looks up at the ceiling, and Vivian takes a deep sigh. And she says, Mr. Phage, the nugget that I will leave you with is that I have set up a boundary. I am asking you, as a friend, to respect it. If that is something you are incapable of, please let me know, and I will not share things with you further, because that is what it means to be a friend. You are not in any danger.
Yeah, Johnny seems taken aback by this, and wanting, of course, Vivian to share more things with him. Valuing their relationship, working relationship. He thinks for a moment, seems quite dissatisfied, and then like a light bulb goes off in his head. And these boundaries you purport, would they be violated if I were to ask why you are so tentative to share information regarding this condition?
Because I don't like talking about it.
Johnny looks over Vivian intensely. And why might that be?
I think Vivian stands up, and she's going to do the pose that she does in the official art. Hands on hips, lips a little bit pursed. And after a couple seconds, she'll start tapping her foot. Says, Mr. Phage, you are a friend of mine. I acknowledge that you have particular needs and particular hungers. Let me be abundantly clear. If I have to make the choice between dragging you, kicking and screaming, into civilization and indulging every single question that comes up, I hope you are ready to kick and scream. It is not enough for me to indulge your appetite today. If I have to, I will make sure that you will survive without me. And to do that, you need to understand things like boundaries. It's something we'll work on together. Don't you agree, Mr. Phage? Tap, tap, tap with a foot.
Yeah, Johnny sees this, and he considers it for a moment. It must be something quite awful that you should not wish to share it when you are typically ambiguous in regards to yourself. Nay, not ambiguous. Ambiguous in disposition when sharing information about yourself. It must be something with an emotional component. Something you feel quite strongly about.
Vivian walks towards the door, unlocks it, holds it open, says, "Good night, Mr. Phage."
Yeah, Johnny's gonna think. And, Minnow, could you think of something?
You want me to tell you what to say to her?
Yeah. No, but not something necessarily like the thing that would, the key to unlock it, but
Yeah.
is there anything that you think he could say that would,
Go
like,
ahead.
strike an emotional chord? Just get, like, a bit of a rise out of her?
You get the impression you have. Go ahead and make an insight check.
So 19, advantage from
19?
sleepwalking.
Fantastic. So he falls asleep and while talking.
He's been sleeping this whole time.
Oh, has he? Okay, that's fantastic. So neither of us really looking at each other this whole time, which is just moi, in terms of metaphors. Yeah, you get the impression that you touched a nerve in that this is something that is emotional to her. It's something that's important to her. It is something that she is not proud of by any means. I can't tell you what Johnny thinks in terms of her reticence to respond. What I can say is that if someone that I knew that was a friend of mine started, and I was like, "Hey, I have a medical condition, I really don't want to talk about it," and they kept going, I would not be friends with that person for very long. And so Vivian is like expressing an abundance of patience here. And I think Johnny would know from the time they spent together that she is a healer of sorts and also spends a lot of time around people who don't understand her. And so there is something that is off-putting about someone that is trying very hard to understand, and yet she fully recognizes that you are not trying to understand her for her. You are trying to understand her because Johnny needs to, and she has no desire to be your zoo animal. So she opens the door and says good night.
Yeah, and as Johnny leaves, he will say almost offhandedly, "I wonder if those same men that threw rocks at you embedded the shame and secrecy with which you hold your condition."
She closes the door, locks it. You hear the window slam and lock. You hear something heavy be put in front of the door. There's a great amount of from her 8 strength, moving like something that Jay could just like pick up one-handed and put in front of the door. And yeah, depending on how long you stay, you do not hear any more noise coming from within. I think you might hear the turning of pages if you stick around long enough.
Yeah, he will not stick around long enough. Unsatisfied, but seeing there is nothing more he can do, Johnny will prowl the streets until dawn.
Yeah, and once again, is there anything else anyone wants to accomplish?
Do you mean tonight or in general before we leave?
Tonight or in general before we leave MapleView?
I have some things I want to do before we leave MapleView.
Was there anything anyone wants to get covered tonight?
Yeah, actually, at the party, do we see Ezekiel's daughter at all?
Yeah, she went into the party with her father, so she's there partying it up despite being slightly worse for wear, but she doesn't seem to mind.
We have taken several days to get back to the city, right?
Yes.
So I would have all of my lay on handsy stuff back.
You have had multiple
Then
long
I am
rests.
going. Yeah. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to initiate conversation with Ezekiel and his daughter.
Yeah, after some partying, they went and sat down at a booth to, catch up, because she's been gone for several weeks. And she's like halfway through a mug of ale, but seems to be, not drunk yet. And they're just talking. And when you approach, they both like nod at you in greeting.
Hello there. I do believe that there was a bit more that I could do for you. If you are still in need of some sort of attention.
Oh, you've been helping me a lot the last few days. The infection in my hands, seems to have cleared up, save for my more dominant hand, and she, like, holds it up, and there's still, like, a few blisters, And she says, I think it's fine, but if you think they need... I don't know if the, the infection, is still prominent.
I'm no medical professional, but if you think that there is still more to help, then I shall. I simply wanted to make sure that our timely intervention was not in vain. Are you experiencing anything after the aftermath? Are all your faculties, mental and otherwise, intact?
I would say that this is going to be... All my remaining damages are going to be things that take time. A lot of this was emotionally straining, because first I thought I killed someone, and then I thought that his friends were going to come kill me, and I thought that I was sacrificing myself for the greater good of a town that I live in. And also seeing all of them die. Well, not all of them, but seeing their bodies, and it's all very new for me, and it's a lot, but the recovery from that will take time, and I believe I'm in good company, Sir Elwood. I appreciate it. Being that you're the first knight I've ever met, I'd say it'll be a lot for anyone to equal up in how great you are at what you do.
Well,
And he's like messing with the cloak and the billows slightly next to his, adjusting his visor.
Well, I'm not. I wouldn't call myself much of a bragger.
Oh, well, you should. It's, being humble.
May I sit here?
Of course. And she'll scoot over and, tap the seat beside her, and Ezekiel will, lift his drink. Oh, yes, sit down. Go ahead.
Thank you. I suppose the nerves of being thrown such a magnificent and lavish function, as well as some of the topics that have been discussed with one of my fellow party members, are getting to me.
Oh, well, you deserve the rest.
Thank you for putting this all together.
And he says this to Ezekiel, of course, being the man that organized everything.
Ezekiel, he nods and says, I truly had no doubts that you would be successful. Of course, as a parent, I have all the worries in the world, but after I saw my little girl come back, I was overjoyed. This is the best that we could do as a small community, but I hope that this party and, what we could provide is ingrained in your memories, and I understand that you plan on leaving in a few days. In your travels, I hope that you and the rest of the Silver Lining know that you are always welcome in MapleView.
I do not plan on taking advantage of this hospitality, but I wouldn't mind coming back to visit now and again.
Yeah, Mae actually, lifts her drink and goes, well, if you do come visit, don't be a stranger. Well, I'll certainly remember you for as long as there is to come. I originally was planning on venturing out into the world, but I think, she, looks at the table as if, man, what did leaving do me? What good did that do me? I think I'll postpone that for another time. And, Ezekiel speaks up and goes, are you sure? That trip to Skymount seemed very important to you. It was, but after being kidnapped, now I'm nervous about all of it. Ezekiel nods in understanding. I just don't want to limit you in pursuing the things that you want to pursue. That is all.
You know...
Yes?
Skymount isn't too far away. I'm not sure exactly what our next course of action is. We haven't exactly gone together and discussed it quite yet, but if you are requiring an escort, then it would do nothing more than bring me honor to get you there safely. It's not a promise, mind you, but if it ends up that our paths are meant to cross, then, well, surely there'll be no complaint.
Oh, that would be very kind of you. I guess I have a few days to think about it. I don't want to burden the lot of you, though. I'm no fighter. I'm, maybe good at climbing a tree every now and then, but I am not very, sportsmanlike. I can throw a rock really good. And and Marsha taught me how to punch.
You say that you're not a fighter, but if you can throw a punch as well as you can throw words, such as the ones that you so graciously bestowed upon those bandits that had encapsulated you, then I think you'll be more than fine.
Oh, you all heard that? Yeah, I honestly thought all hope was lost, so if they were going to kill me or hurt me, I was going to give them a piece of my mind. Also, I was a little erratic from the days of limited food and uncomfortable sleep. And drawing for 13 hours a day. But, I guess update me on what you and the rest of the Silver Lining, that's what you're called, right?
Yes, we,
She giggles a little bit and says, I understand. If you all come to an agreement that it would be, right for me to tag along, by the time you have your answer, I will likely have mine.
Then I should hope to see you soon.
And, she smiles and says, but by all means, stay and have a drink with me and my father.
Yeah, Jay is going to order something that he's going to pretend like he's drinking. And he's going to lean in real close to Ezekiel, and he's going to say,
I must say, sir, I am a big fan of your work.
And he's going to nod over to...
Ezekiel is going...
Who the fuck says that?
Someone who lived on a small island most of his life. Ezekiel is going to, he's going to be, mid-drink, and then just... He looks at you, and he says, if it were not for the social background as to why we are having this conversation, that would have been very offensive. But because I do not know what to say, I am just going to say thank you, but also you forget yourself just a little bit. Just watch your actions, young man. You're a knight. And he'll like shake his head, like look at the table like, what do I say to that? And like take another drink.
A knight I may be, but do not forget that my path is a glorious one.
What does that even mean? What are you saying?
Shh, it's okay.
Hey, Jay.
Vivian,
Yeah, what's up?
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I'm so fucking good at these. I goddamn 17.
Yeah, as you're sitting at the table and continuing having a conversation and enjoying the party, Mae is gazing at you and has not taken her eyes off of you, and I am not going to say anything further.
How does that... Hold on, I need to figure out the logistics of winking without eyelids. I guess one of his eyes would just flicker off for a half a second to mimic a wink.
You are a pile of goop. You are a pile of goop held together in a convenient metal box.
No, he's not.
What is your plan?
My plan is to have a glorious night.
A gloopy night.
I like that nobody has figured out what Jay is yet.
They'll figure it out. It's okay. If they haven't, don't worry. There are things that I'm promising without saying it. Perhaps
we'll get to that in 3
one.
sessions of this road.
Perhaps we.
Is Jay a mimic?
No.
Perhaps we leave this one. Perhaps we leave this one wanting, and we will. At some point, he does need to put these drinks away because there's like 5 fucking open flagons in front of him. You know what? Yeah, he's gonna like lift the helmet up just so much that it exposes a mouth that he's gonna just quickly conjure up, and just start drinking a bunch of the, like just however much alcohol they have put in front of him up to this point, assuming that he's been drinking it, and he's just gonna start putting them away.
In what, your armor?
No, in his mouth that I conjured up just now to drink all of the alcohol.
Yeah, he's chugging.
What the fuck?
He's not gonna chug it, of course. He's gonna, he's not gonna let the conversation be interrupted or whatever if he needs to speak, but he is gonna try to make sure all of this is emptied before he has to dip.
Yeah, but all in all,
I'm immune to poison, so thank God for that. Am I right? Oh, I know it's disease. Shit, it's not poison.
Yeah. You can.
Too bad you used up most of your lay on hands, I think.
If I used any, I don't know. That was up to. She said that time would be able to heal wounds, and that there was nothing else.
Yeah, he has not used any yet.
Oh, there you go. You can.
Then I'm gonna fake it till I fucking make it. I'm gonna lay on hands myself every time I goddamn need to make sure that all these flagons are emptied, so that there is no suspicion.
Yeah, but the
fact that you took a price.
night ends.
Sorry,
the
go
night
ahead.
ends, however it goes, and I ask one last time: does anyone have anything they need to settle tonight?
Oh, the night ended all right. Jesus Christ.
So did Allie, apparently. I could hear her screaming from the other room.
Unfortunately, though, the night didn't finish.
That's all right. Neither.
Hey, glorious men finish last.
I'm leaving!
Happy for
Do
you.
y'all have anything you're doing tonight?
Well, I think Jay's doing one more thing tonight.
That I was gonna say before. I was gonna say, regardless of what the intended answer to this is, that is entirely up to Mae. Because Jay's not gonna make the first fucking move. You saw how nervous he was.
Oh no, my implication with that persuasion check is that she does.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna jump in front of the
So was I if this went poorly.
Oh god!
Oh, my fucking chest hurts.
It's like a Telltale Games choice. Who lives, Minnow or Jelly?
Oh my god.
Sayonara.
Everyone will remember
All
that.
right. Does anyone have?
Everyone will remember that despite trying to forget.
No, nobody else has anything else
Thank
that
you.
night.
I just.
You've had 5 opportunities. If you didn't do it yet, fuck you.
All right. So, the silver lining. What is the follow-up in the next few days? Minnow, I know you said that you, after the night ends, you also had some stuff you needed to take care of over the course of the next few days.
Yes, we want to go back to the dungeon where we were before, where we killed Ustamiralak. Now that he has been destroyed, we knew that originally there was more dungeon, however, it was completely overtaken by the rot. Now that he's gone, is the rot gone? And can we just, do a quick loot of those rooms? The assumption being that that there's probably no monsters in there, considering that it was all goop before.
Yeah, you...
Surprise, there's an adult Oblex.
When you go back, there isn't, too terribly much in the remaining area, mostly a bunch of storage. You do find a, it looks to be like it has been mostly destroyed in a way where, you are, well, I wouldn't say destroyed. You find some texts that are broken up and are not the complete text. Do any of you speak Infernal?
No. Doesn't sound like it.
Yeah. You find a bunch of unfinished, written in Infernal texts that, despite the fact that they were trapped in this goop, have been, you can still read if you knew the language. Just fine. The writing.
Yeah, we dunk them in.
Hey, we need to sell some stuff and get a little bit of gold so I can scribe comprehend languages.
Everyone add 20 gold right off the bat.
Sick.
From loose gold that we've picked up.
And you find 12 more gold pieces worth in the dungeon. You have to dip the coins into your little bag to
assume I'm doing
to
that
make them
anyway.
not absolutely disgusting. The last thing that you find is you find a it is not actually a sword. But you find a little wooden, I guess I'll call it a figurine for the sake of easier describing, that is in the shape of a sword. It's made out of a green metallic material. And it also seemed perfectly unscathed. And it has infernal runes along the quote-unquote blade. It literally looks like a very expensive quote-unquote sword charm. Because it's only 5 inches long, at most. It couldn't be used as an actual knife or anything. It literally looks like a sword charm. But it has...
Got it. We'll toss that in the bag and identify it later.
Yeah. But other than that, it was just a storeroom filled with now rotted food and, just gunk. It seems like this was an extra... The last remaining areas were extra storerooms. And it was also, it looks like it was a work in progress in the Disruptor, because again, the Disruptor Night started basically making the ruins extend out further by digging underground, making them more underground than they were topside. So it looks like also this area was like in progress. They hadn't finished digging it out.
Got it. Great. So, once we've done that, we will throw those in the bag, head back to town. The other things that Vivian wants to accomplish here, she wants to make sure that Erithil is set, and that she is ready to go. I assume that she is.
Absolutely. You gave her plenty of time to prepare.
Great. I'm going to take that book back from her. Sorry, but it's mine. Yoink. And now I have Miss Bumble's stuff again. And then the only other thing we want to do is check in on Virgil, make sure that he's doing okay. Where has he been staying? Has he just been staying in the tavern?
Yes, he's been staying in the tavern. It seems like he has also made friends with Erithil, so he'll go over to Dr. Niez's house and help them around. Especially since he had to make frequent trips to Dr. Niez, so that way she could check up on him, make sure that because he is definitely forever changed, you know? He, Jay can do this. He actually registers as a fiend still, if he used Divine Sense. So while you have rescued him, he is forever changed. So Dr.
Why are you
a fiend?
You can't just ask people why they're fiends. Oh my fucking
So
God.
Dr. Niez has been checking up on him, keeping close eye on him, making sure that he is fine. Not in a way where people are like othering him, like, because no one else in this town can tell that he's a fiend, and just assume that he's an Arakan. That looks weird. But Dr. Niez, understanding what has gone on with him, has been helping, making sure there's no adverse side effects of you all freeing him.
Okay. What does he want to do?
Upon asking him, he'd like to go home and figure out what is left of his family. Because obviously he had aunts and uncles when he was growing up, but he doesn't know, obviously they are not alive anymore. Because he was pure, so it's been over 100 years. They have definitely passed away.
Sure. Not a problem. In that case, I think what Vivian is going to suggest is that he remains in MapleView. There is the capability to send letters and discover things from there. He definitely should not just go, because he is 16,
17.
15? 17? Yeah. So he definitely shouldn't just fucking leave. Especially after being away for 100 years. So,
yeah, it's actually advised
stay
by
here in town.
Niez that he shouldn't until he fully recovers. Because again, he has a lot of wounds that are, I wouldn't say wounds, but, issues that, time. And also Niez is, schooling him, updating him on the passage of time and how things have been and what's gone on and stuff like that. And she personally advises that he not leave until her treatment plan is done for him, and also his schooling is done.
Delightful. Great. So now that's taken care of. And he is going to be looking into things from here. Gonna check in with Ezekiel, make sure, or get sort of a rundown on the city. Are there any places we should check out, any places we should avoid, blah, blah, blah. So she's not going into the city completely blind. We got the letter of recommendation from him.
I also put the
addressed
name in chat. I believe it's in DM reference.
Oh yeah, it was Ololo.
I believe it's in the chat. Feindar Olarel. At Skymount Record Keeping.
Okay. So yeah, just to make it so that way she's not completely blindsided when she goes into the city, she talks to him a little bit. And that's all I really had. Oh, we want to find the person who, unless anyone disagrees, find the person who had the third Parasolopus we took and give them that 100 gold pearl. You said it was 100 gold for one of them, right?
Yeah. I think I said it was 125, but considering that you saved the city 25 gold,
Great. That means that the third Parasolopus needs a name. That one's Xander and Emiko, so figure it out. Okay, and then I think that was all.
Yeah.
Anyone else have something? Johnny, do you have enough money to scribe anything now?
What's the total added? person?
I mean, how much stuff
sell? Have we sold everything yet?
How much stuff are we able to sell here? Jess?
I would say of the regular equipment, obviously you guys have like 20 plus of each thing, and the merchants here do not have need for 20 plus of each thing. So I would say total gold value that you could get from the merchants here would be between 30 and 50. If you're just selling the mundane things. For the magical items, they can't afford them.
Yeah, I'll sell one of the great
also,
swords.
Xander, your wardrobe is done.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna put that in.
It's been done for a few days,
Alright,
but you've been like coming in and out of town and doing shit, so she just held on to it for you.
Hell yeah.
Johnny, how much money did you need?
So, with the 20 added, I can just scribe it.
So
we have
got
like
20...
800 or something gold worth of like mundane items, right? Can they only buy the 2 great swords, or can they buy all of our mundane items?
$50, 50 gold worth, which is 2 great swords.
That's also...
Okay.
So we currently have 1,183 gold and 15, 1 silver and 5 copper.
And that's also considering that market value of buying back items is half of what they're originally worth, and also that some of them are going to, you know, some people are going to be like, I'm not buying that for 25, it's been used, so...
They're getting it for 25, because I am not dealing with the math on that, unless you want to take a look at the, let's see here, how much stuff have I got? Unless you want to look at the 186 items I have.
Yeah, I'm saying that they, you know, I'm probably gonna give you like an like a gold amount per each vendor.
Yeah. Johnny, how much do you need after the 20 gold?
So after the 20 gold, need nothing. So Johnny will scribe, comprehend languages, and what did these infernal writings say?
The infernal writings talk about a ritual. It's incomplete. And it doesn't seem like it's like actual instructions for the ritual. It seems like a study of someone who has observed the ritual. You basically come to find that these are notes of Ustamirlok, the creature itself. Basically trying to do the rite of the Mantis Lord. It is basically, from what you understand, a sort of ritual that enchants a weapon. But then, like, as you read further, it's not necessarily to enchant a weapon, it's actually to find a specific weapon. That is basically one of many weapons that Bellamantis himself has wielded at one point, and has since been lost to time, and thus somehow, through the many ways that a magical item does, has been lost somewhere in Kelmra. And Ustamirlok was trying to find one of these weapons, and was doing studies to try and figure out how he could hone in on it. But is it incomplete because the man is dead?
Okay. Anybody else have anything we need to do in MapleView?
Did Lysel and Johnny pitch their scheme to Xander?
I think Lysel would have been busy doing something else on the second day before they would leave in MapleView. I think that's once Lysel's ready kind of a talk that they have. What they're going to do is they're going to see if they can acquire a moonhusk fruit here in Maplewood, and if not, then we'll go with the backup plan of the icy dragon fruit.
Yeah, I actually have a list of the fruit that MapleView grows.
Because I haven't thought of, like, which one we should go with. But, like, the question is, do they have it?
Let me check. I have a list of their fruits here. They produce icy dragon fruits, Farron pears, and grizzlies.
Alright, so we'll go with the icy dragon fruit. Throughout the second day, Lysel's going to make the journey back to where they were fighting, or where they were captured by the, what are they called? The Skinari, and is actually going to plant said icy dragon fruit nearby the entrance to their lair to symbolize, when the party was formed. And in doing so, they will also be leaving behind one of the souls they picked up along the way, the soul of the awakened dinosaur.
Yeah, you notice that when you do this, the plant immediately sprouts, just a little bit, barely buds out of the soil. When you imbue this magical energy into it. And there's like a sweet scent that fills the air in the area after you do this.
And I think that Lysel would spend most of the day just kind of reminiscing before returning to wherever the party is on the second day.
Yeah, and Joey, did you have one more thing to add before we end session?
Yes, Jay would like to get the entire party together if possible and bring them to one centralized location.
Done.
Yeah, absolutely. You have no difficulty,
Thank you for gathering on such short notice. I know that there are probably some orders of business that you all would like to take care of, so I'll try to make this quick.
We're in a private place, right?
Yeah, if you specifically arranged it to where this was a more private setting, then absolutely.
Well, so here's the thing. People call us by a name now, the Silver Lining. And, well, it might be a name that we picked ourselves just so that we have something to write on the piece of paper. It seems like we might be traveling together for a bit longer. That being said, I think that there are a couple of things that I should probably reveal to you so that my mysteries don't sow any sort of mistrust or thoughts of skullduggery and deceit amongst you.
Glancing at Vivian. An excellent idea. Please, Jay.
Jay is going to...
Cheryl!
Jay is going to very slowly remove the helmet and set it down on the floor next to him where he is sitting. And what you see is a man with an ovular head and two red dots, rubies for eyes. No nose, no ears, no mouth.
As you can see, there's a couple of things missing here. It's not permanent. That's part of what I'm trying to show you. Just give me a second.
And you see Jay sort of lean forward slightly, and eyelids close over the rubies, but you can still see the light glowing from underneath. And you can start to hear this sort of squelching and tearing sound as the rest of the facial features begin to stitch and sew themselves into his face before ripping apart and then softly absorbing back into the skin, showing you that he is not necessarily a featureless man, but his skin is the color of stone. And it shines ever so slightly with the same candor of silver that his armor does.
I'm what you would call a changeling. I didn't want to hide it from anybody, but there are certain beliefs that I hold that stop me from revealing this sort of thing to anybody but those that I'm going to be traveling with. And if we're going to be together for quite a while, then much like my old troop of knights, this is something that you all should probably know.
Oh!
Chas, is there any sort of stigma about changelings in Kelmra?
There is a little bit. Especially because there are multiple ways a changeling can happen, and I guess it varies upon the method. Some people are cursed to be changelings. There are certain changelings that come from the Aether Spine, and there are also certain changelings that come from far-off lands that are not Kalmra, like Frumal.
Sure, but it doesn't sound like people view changelings as baby snatchers and murderers.
No, they don't view them as that necessarily, but they definitely... there are some people that do not trust changelings, and sometimes changelings will be shunned out of communities. Violently or peacefully, it depends on how willing the changeling is to not be socially incorporated somewhere, which if they live there is usually not likely. And this comes from... It's not a widespread thing, but it is if, someone like Jay, who comes from a small island, that is a prissy tourist trap where people sometimes, most of the time, are very close-minded, that this would make sense that this is something that he would hide.
Sure. Yeah, Vivian's just gonna say, well, thank you, Sir Elwood, for trusting us with this. I assure you it is not an issue of any variety, and I thank you for your honesty.
Agreed.
And
It is something we will hold in the highest confidence, and for what it's worth, you're not the first changeling I've met since coming to Kelmra.
oh, well, that's a good thing. There is more than just adding to the trust factor, however, that persuades me into showing off my true nature, you see. And he's going to make his skin shift to be an ever so more pale pigment, removing a bit of the shine, and then he's going to morph slightly into a more feminine visage, the hair growing from his head, and the eyes changing into that of a bit more of a more realistic looking shape. They still remain their red tint, but they are not shining bright like rubies under the light anymore. Now, don't get the wrong idea. I don't necessarily prefer to change my form all the time, but if this is a, how do I say, preferred ability that you would like to take advantage of under a multitude of scenarios, then I do encourage it. Fear not about the problem of my identity. I am neither man nor woman. I am a knight. While I still prefer to be called a sir and a man, I don't mind switching sides every once in a while if it means that we can accomplish a goal, so to speak. He's going to...
Xander's like flabbergasted at this. He says, very well. We'll keep it in mind. Thank you.
He's gonna shift back to the normal bald-headed rock man, this time keeping the mouth open. And he says, but really, I've never thought of it as that big of a deal. If people are going to remember me, then they'll remember me by my actions and my name, not the face that goes with it, you understand?
Of course.
So if you need me to adopt another face in order to accomplish anything, don't hesitate to ask.
Sure. I think we will leave it there.